the JoJo ending.
That's
Well,
not a
can't get
JoJo
past
ending.
it.
It's roundabouts.
Oh, that's
Roundabout, there we go.
Roundabout, yeah, I got
Oh,
you.
I was trying to learn that shit just off of here. I never got anything past the fucking harmonic. And that's about it.
I can play Hurt by Johnny Cash pretty
Hey.
good.
I know a couple of older songs. Like the first one I learned was Wild Thing by the Trogs.
Hurt by Johnny Cash is pretty
The first
fun.
one I ever learned on the guitar was Yellow Submarine.
If you get an electric guitar,
I've
you
heard
need to
somebody
play
ask
Layla.
me to play Yellow Submarine. Oh, there.
Actually, it's really nice sound on the guitar.
Oh, come on.
Hold on, Matt.
Wait, guys, I know a
Yellow
classic.
Submarine.
I know a classic song, alright?
I fucking hit us up.
If I hear the
Alright, listen.
Pornhub intro, I swear to God.
Is it the Pornhub?
I got in trouble
Oh,
for playing that,
that
today
one.
in school.
I know that one.
You know what's bad? The teachers in my school can't yell at me for that. They can't, as he's playing Still Dre. I know half the lyrics of this song.
Yeah.
Come on, go, man, go.
Oh, fuck, I can't remember.
Good.
I'm choking right now, bro. I need to look up the lyrics, because me and my boy
Dude, so
used
am
to
I,
sing
but
that.
I'm clock.
Hold on,
Yeah, that's
let me,
right.
Let me look up the lyrics on my phone.
You can play some other like 90s rock songs.
Hold on, I'm getting,
Who else is a
I'm
police?
getting the Still Dre, lyrics.
Fucking hell, I got my sheet music, my sheet music's up in school in the guitar case. Fucking hell, I can't believe I fucking forgot to bring these shit home. Oh no, I didn't even get the opportunity to
I'm
bring
not
home
gonna
to
say
that.
the N-word.
Without the goddamn
Yeah, we're not
fucking-
gonna
Say
try
the
that.
N-word.
We're not gonna. I'm
Oh,
not.
yeah?
I'm streaming number one. Number two.
I'll fucking say
Half
right
the
here
song
now,
is
man.
it.
It has to be what you're going to do.
It's still not funny if I quote it. Someone play "Dust in the Wind" by Kansas.
Oh yeah.
What?
playing
What are we
shit.
playing?
I could play another pretty good classic.
Aye.
I just need to turn up my gain a bit.
Right.
Turn up the
Oh,
volume.
I'm assuming you're playing on yeah. Ooh.
Play "Layla" by Derek and the Dominoes.
Nah.
Oh,
If you ever
yeah,
start,
man. I don't even reckon that's a bit too hard to play.
Piano
Fuck
fuck
yeah,
me.
this
what's
is
up, guys?
cancer. This
Oh
is
my
fucking
God, that's
cancer.
Ah!
Wow, this
what's
shit's
up,
giving me
guys?
cancer.
I got in a frost trap and I have 6
I
kills.
said, what's up, guys?
Oh, he's
What's
up? How's it poppin'? What's up?
What?
Hey, what's up?
Bruh, what the why are you so loud, dude?
I want to
Wait,
cough on
You
you.
really need to
I
turn your
don't
mic
know. I
down.
turned him down.
Wait, am I loud? Wait,
There's like
Who's loud?
10 people in
Oh, I
here.
can
Oh,
fix
am
it.
I a wee bit loud, you cat?
is this better?
Are you Australian? Because I don't like Australians.
You will.
Jesus.
Nah,
You
I'm
don't
not
like
They're
fucking-
pretty
Australian
lit, if you
people
get what I
already
mean.
now.
I'm
So
hoping.
how's your
Nah,
guys'
I won't
days
bet
going?
to my death.
I mean, in Australia,
Pretty good.
they're pretty lit. Let me try the joke a
Yeah,
second time.
they're lit because it's on fire. Ha!
Oh, yeah, it's fucking funny.
He's not
You
wrong.
fucking
I mean,
cunt.
half of Australia is probably in.
I'm not actually fucking salty.
Oh, Jesus! I just tried to turn my phone on. I flicked it
Alright,
at my own
guys, let's
balls.
play a game.
What's it
Alright,
called?
fucking see.
Sure.
Are we
Let's
playing
play a game.
Crunker.io?
Guess my name.
John, Jeff,
Uh,
Colin.
Okay, what letters?
Zach.
Kind of unfair.
Derek.
What letter does it start with?
A letter.
Okay, so
Alright.
Zahamid.
Zeke.
fucking
Well,
Muhammad
actually-
Abdul.
Alright, we'll
Carter.
start from
Alright.
A and go down to J.
I'm
Aja,
undercover.
Akala,
I'm actually
Makali,
undercover. You
Akala.
guys are gonna have to
Alright,
guess.
alright.
who I am.
Al Assad.
Listen to
Oh, I
his
don't know.
fucking voice. man.
It's
Yeah,
John.
y'all. John, yeah, I'm John undercover, bro.
Tough
John
puppy.
Undercover.
Oh, your last name's undercover.
Alright.
What?
Puppy,
Oh,
puppy,
shit, like
was
some
a
titties up
plain
there.
old
Yeah,
dog.
You guys have
Wow.
excellent deduction skills. I didn't think they would guess it.
Is your name actually
honestly-
John? Because that was the first thing I guessed like 5 seconds ago.
No, what the fuck? Who
Oh, you
names their kid John?
fucking Yale spawn, yeah?
A retard?
Imagine like someone.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Alright.
Is that Skullmuncher?
Yeah, it is
No.
me.
No way.
I'm
It's
undercover.
the Soul Muncher.
Even if I gave you
Yeah.
the first letter of my
Gold
name.
names.
Wait,
so much.
wait a minute. Hold on. Is that raccoon eggs?
Holy fucking shit, it's raccoon eggs.
Yeah, what's
Guys, you're not supposed to give it away like that. What the fuck?
I'm gonna rape
Oh
you.
shit, my
bro.
bad.
Well,
Hey guys,
Yeah,
see
it's
raccoon
out of the bag
eggs.
now. Yeah,
You
it's
wanna
me.
be my Right. CSGO video?
Yeah, it's 100% fucking raccoon eggs. Yeah, that's the last one.
yeah, that makes so much sense,
You
guys.
make me wanna
Yeah,
commit
wanna be my
suicide.
CSGO video?
Oh, laugh, didn't funny.
Alright, anyways, guys. Now that the cat's out of the bag,
First of all, why was the cat in the bag in the first place?
because
the
I thought it would be funny. But no, none of you guys think it's,
Is there anything else
think
in the
it's
bag?
funny.
I just finished
Yeah.
watching the movie of
Oh,
Mice and
mama.
Men.
No,
Spoiler
my
alert when he
dog.
dies.
That isn't funny.
My
That, like,
7-year-old brother that I stayed
You have, like-
I
Do you have a koala in there?
Yeah.
Koala?
koala.
Guys,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just saw Avengers Endgame, and spoiler alert, Thanos wins.
Holy fuck.
Okay.
Wow.
Spoiler alert, Batman.
I was fucked. Why?
Spoiler alert.
Alright,
That's
I'll-
that's
Shit.
Yeah,
I
spoiler alert.
actually haven't seen it.
Case,
Server
Case, what the fuck is this
Shit.
iPad supposed to be?
Why are you looking
So
at an
what?
You fucking
iPad?
still here? Case, he used to be in the fucking
Ugh.
voice chat, and you sent me just this fucking retard picture with an iPad. It's like this fucking weird brown kid with a and just some
Brown
text
kid,
iPad.
Jesus.
It was
Oh, I
fucking
mean, it's
weird
not
for
racist.
me.
It's just a state.
There's this
It's
weird
not-
little
it's not
brown
fact.
kid on my
It's just
There's a
screen.
weird little brown kid, mate.
Just a state. You said it's just. Oh my.
Oh my god!
What did you break?
All of my keys flew off.
Yeah, Cuz
you
has been
broke
fucking
something.
beating the shit out of his. He's just been pulling new one out of his desk every time he gets
Oh, I
pissed.
dropped one
Just
of them
beats the
under my
shit
desk.
out of it every fucking time. He just
Well, I
grabs out
thought-
the next one.
The joke.
Bruh.
I thought the joke would be a little funnier this time, but no, I just lost all my keys, and now I don't know what keys go where.
Nice.
So,
Bro, fucking QWERTY mile.
now we gotta guess, because I have 8 keys in my hand, and I've got 8 spots, and I only remember like 4 of them. And my teammates
Alright.
are all dying.
Can't. You gotta know more than just fucking 4.
Well, I want to hit my desk, but my wrist hurts from hitting my desk. I think I gave my wrist whiplash, which is impossible, but...
Bruh.
Hi.
Ugly Puffy was a plain old mutt. Plain old mutt! He tracked and digging until he chewed his butt.
His butt.
What?
Chewed his butt.
Oh, he's fucking tough.
Lick
This is
my
like
balls
tough or some
until
shit.
I
Yeah?
fart. I'm gonna
Son,
slip
show
your
off, Hank.
anus.
Hey, do y'all mind if I jam
My
out
dick
real
is
quick?
huge.
Y'all mind if
No,
I just...
can't, man.
We lost and I broke my
Close and
controller.
shit,
Are you
Isaac.
freaking kidding me?
Make sure.
Yeah, you broke his controller.
Epic, man.
Wait, that
might be copyright.
Yeah?
Is that a piano?
Yes, it is.
Hey,
My
you just
dick
posted.
Whoa.
Hey! Y'all remember the Lego City commercials where the...
Oh no, that's
You just came
not
out.
okay.
Somebody play the zombies.
Epic's gonna die.
Hey, who wants
I? Who wants what?
him?
Anybody ever just wanna die?
Oh, I'm getting fucking cancer.
Come on, communist, go in!
I'm going on the basement show if he wants to go.
Is there a waiting list for World War II? Wait, am I retarded? God, I'm missing a key. Where's my last key? Oh, crap! Oh, there it is. Ow. It's a pretty good jam.
I hate myself. Sorry, I thought I was muted.
I give up. GG.
Nice job, man.
Thank you.
Yo, if you look over at Swagger's house and you go to Scholar, since he's watching porn.
Wait, if you go where?
If you look over, I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'll see you. I'll be back later.
Okay.
Oh shit, I need to be at work in like fucking 12 minutes. I gotta go.
Down to one friendly.
appears my mic is not okay. Let's find a new server to invade. Basement shop. Kiss me.
Hi.
Kiss me.
No. Oh.
Why?
That's gay.
Well, yeah, for
Yeah.
you. I don't want you to kiss me. Oh, darn. What a game.
Yay.
I did break my mouse. I slammed it so hard that the right click flew off.
That sucks.
I thought you said that sex, and I was like, I don't think my mouse has sex. And somebody took Jackal from me, well knowing I played Jackal, so we will, I'm never going to touch Blackbeard on PC. We'll go Habana, because she's pretty good on this map.
You need to locate the biohazard container.
Tough Puppy is the greatest anime ever to see humanity.
No.
You say no?
Yes.
Get the fuck out.
I was here.
No,
for
get the
you
fuck out. No, get the fuck out. Your
You
opinion
get
is
out.
trash.
You get
woman.
out. Okay.
I deny you the right to breathe.
Okay.
You're freaking kidding me. I got my freaking drone freaking
Oh,
poop
hello.
shit. Don't ever say hello. It's unattractive.
You're unattractive.
I love you too. Dudley Puppy was a retard ass. Retard ass! Licking his dick and shit on the fucking floor.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cop. Shut the fuck up.
Secure the container.
You're
Secure the container once the
Shut the fuck up. Stop being fucking.
Are you kidding me, dude? Oh my god, I gotta watch it. I know damn well my teammate was watching me. Yes, he was, dude. He didn't even try and shoot the cav that killed me. Are you serious? Now he's running out of OBJ while we're securing?
Wait, what are you guys, the hell are you guys playing?
Siege, and our teammate's gonna lose.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I don't know how he won that, dude. I opened a hole in the wall perfectly in room, so where we could all sit, and I flashed the whole room. Except for where my teammate was, and I was flashing where the enemy was. And I just watched in the kill feed, I watched in the kill cam as my teammate just watched a cav rush me and just didn't kill him until he turned and started shooting at him. Like, oh, thanks to you too, fuckface. Give me a kiss.
Oh, hi.
Can I give you a kiss?
Oh.
Why?
Were you talking to me?
I was talking to him. He's singing Radioactive.
No.
Apocalypse. Ah, wait!
locate the biohazard container.
We should sing an upbeat song like Calendar Girl. Nice one, Legion! Take that, now I want to start singing Unforgettable while on stream. And I got 2 people watching, I might as well.
They left.
Man, I got 2 likes! That was cool, I got as soon as I liked
Oh,
it.
hello again.
Like the darn stream, you fucking communist. You fucking communist. I swear to God, if it counts, my phone is watching it too. I don't even have YouTube open. Look at that peak. I just realized I'm getting Discord notes on the top of my screen.
Hello.
You're radioactive, you're living in Chernobyl.
Hi.
Radioactive, that's funny. Like I ran in 24 hours.
Oh boy.
Secure the container.
Ah! Jesus, that guy was actually a pretty good kill. He jumped through hatch and down, man. That was actually a really good kill.
You playing Rainbow?
No, I'm playing Rainbow. Man, this guy's got 10 kills. No. You asked if I was playing Rainbow, and I said, no, I'm playing Rainbow. Oh my god, our teammate isn't even leaning. Oh my god, our whole team is so bad.
Casual.
I know it's casual, but like... Dude, I just watched an Ashe not lean kill a fucking... What's her name? Because... And she only did it because our top player killed him. Wait, that is our top player! 10 kills! And this dude is freaking not... He's not leaning and he's just running forward. Hip firing. It's not a bad strat, but I would have leaned. Yo, is the guy playing Rainbow still here?
Yeah.
Damn, you should add me on Uplay.
You should add me on Uplay.
Fake! I lost at a 6% chance.
My Uplay name is the exact same as my...
I can't read, so...
Oh, fair enough.
That Viking Panda got it. Just,
I gotta head back.
Alright. Text from mom.
Oh, later.
Is this your cum sock? What's it doing in my laundry? Lol, not mine. Alright, I'm gonna forget I ever read that. Shit. And they left. Wow, what a gamer. What a gamer. I don't remember the second half of his name. Well, that sucks. We'll just go back to Siege. Time is it? It's 6:15. I'll play another game, and then I'm going to go make some dinner. Yo, whoever's watching my stream, you should go and chat. Let's get this bread. That's not. I don't even know what I just threw. So my ping doesn't die. Well, I sure hope so, buddy. You're on my team. Yeah, that's a great camera spot, I guess. Did you say oof to himself? Oh, I thought I broke one of my keys.
Has been compromised. Down to 5 seconds. Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
Oh no, his internet. That's an F. They're coming upstairs. It's a Monty and probably a Capitao.
Visual on the target. First floor.
And a Blitz. Oh, they saw my cam. They're going in on B. Whoa, what a bro.
One friendly operator remaining.
Wow. I'm kind of shit, but like, bruh.
We need to locate a bomb. Your drone has found a bomb. Insertion in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to go. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
My bad.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession. The diffuser has been recovered. Cluster charge activated.
Pick it up, I can shoot the floor. Warden's gone. Knock coming behind you. Yeah, I love it when you just sit there and don't make a call out, dude. Love it, bro. Oh my god, what a great teammate. You get shot down to 10 health. No, 10 health missing, and you're gonna run away.
Down to one friendly. All friendlies have been eliminated.
Alright, boys and girls, that was the game. I'm gonna go eat now. I'm gonna go chomp chomp. No, we'll leave the stream rolling while I do it, but like, we'll leave you on something entertaining.
Yo, you guys know who Ronnie J is, right?
Can I kiss you?
Sure.
Alright.
Yeah, you guys know who Ronnie J is?
No.
Fuck.
Leave something entertaining that can't get me copyrighted.
Ah.
Alright, we'll leave on some nades. We'll do one of these. Where's a long one? We'll find an old one, because that's funny. How did I change it? This is my oldest video. Let's go to my first Siege stream.
Hey, we're on Rainbow Six Siege.
Man! Man, that's different. Whoa. That's a whole lot different to look at. And that was on that side? Bro, that's so wild.
Siege. I'm using a different mic right now because I broke my last one.
Yeah, let's try this one. Oh god, the... Oh no, it's got PX24.
I deleted the last Rainbow one because I didn't really feel happy with the content I was putting in it. I didn't really think it was nice to be insulting people in not very good way. So I thought I thought I would just do a different stream. So we're gonna be playing casual, and yes, it's because I don't want my rec to go down. Alright. I don't want to lag out in one of our first games. Okay, well, we lost. I hate when it spawns you mid-game, because then it lags the whole game and can't leave. Lovely. I bet you it's going to make me play... Nope, we got it. Yacht. Oh, dang. Score. 2-0. Alright. Probably not going to win this, but... try. An Echo and a Vigil. Let's go, Captain. Anyone else I could play? I mean, I could play all my ops, because they're all playing DLCs, but... I'll just play... Jesus, both of them have that elephant camo on. Hey guys, because I have the season pass, I play all the ops a week early, rather when they come out, so... A week before they're announced to come out, I get to play them. So, that's what we're gonna do. I will get you guys early gameplay for the next characters. The next ops. I don't know why I shot. There's nowhere to really place your traps here when you play Capcan.
Op 4 drone located the biohazard container.
Put one here.
10 seconds left.
Drone probably saw my place that. Oh, I thought I got
5
it.
seconds to insertion.
I'm not gonna go drone hunting.
Protect the biohazard container at all costs.
Bet you someone will come through here. And we'll put the last one on the closet. I still have my 2 reinforces. I won't lock them out. Oh well. Just reinforces. I'm just not gonna place that one on the closet. Actually, yeah, I will. I won't do that one so I can get an angle. Can I even place it here? I cannot. Lovely. I told you these things before.
Hello?
Can't really see and I don't want to use my impacts. Oh, that's fine. Oh, they stole my injure.
Enemy drone is moving into position for scan. Enemy drone dropping for scan.
I kind of want to blow a hole here. Oh god, they're smoking it. Oh, that's lovely. It's probably glass trying to get something under the door.
Enemy is about to scan the area.
Oh wow, nice frost. I hit you. He's low. Oh, I should have shot him quicker. Let's do it.
Op 4, last operator standing.
Just throw that to scare him.
Ugly shit.
One friendly
I shot you! That's a lie. What? Dude, I shot him. I shot him and I know it. Alright, Frost, you got this.
Okay.
At that angle, Frost should have shot him. Well, if it wasn't for that bandit blowing up our stuff on that door, we would have been fine. They probably used the frost shot, but I know they didn't use my entry device.
15 seconds.
Don't do it.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Did he just get a 3K? That might have been a 2K. I got 2 assists because it's bandit. Alright. That's not too bad of a first round. Let's go Finka. Habana, Jackal, and Sledge. It's a Finka. Not too bad. I think Habana and Jackal are good. Sledge, I don't really like Sledge. I never liked him. I just thought his ability wasn't that good just to have a sledgehammer. It seems okay, but it's not the greatest thing.
Biohazard container location.
It's not the greatest thing to have, especially in Yacht.
Well done. Biohazard
Rook.
container located.
Oh, that was Pulse. That's a Frost. That's nice. Oh, hi, Rook. How did I not mark Rook? Yeah, stand right next to him, dude.
10 seconds
What's
before
wrong with
insertion.
this guy? Where is this guy at?
5 seconds. Proceed to biohazard container location.
Hold on, guys, I forgot to turn off my notifications. There we go. Only no notifications. Just itching myself. Hibbon's gonna die.
Neutralize the threat.
Oh, that didn't help him. Ripperoni.
Stop securing the container.
What? Where? Dude, where are you? You were not able to look. Dude, he wasn't looking at me. That's such a lie. He stole his friend's kill. Dude, where are you at? I did not see you, and I was looking right up at you. You have a boost on. Shoot at them. Oh my god, this Jackal is so bad. ADS around the corner, genius. Dude, this guy is not good as Jackal. Where? Well, don't go to the basement, genius. They're upstairs.
Friendly last
Oh,
operator
that's
standing.
unfortunate. Well,
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
I got 0 kills that game. I got 0 kills in this match. Dude, that's a sweaty team. Let me check their levels. Gold 2. 133. Not 33, 131. 94. So clearly we're dealing with a bunch of tryhards there. Well, the first game wasn't that great, but we can always do the next one. Sorry about breathing in my mic there. Well, if the game's full, direct me to a new match, Ubisoft. Thank you. I know you're focused on your new Far Cry game, but can at least make it easier. Oh wow, I didn't even know that Outbreak was gone in 3 days. It's gone in 3 days. Sledge's birthday, I'm not even gonna bother with that. I did Jaegers, but I don't even play Sledge. I have Theme Park turned off, yet I still get it in my list. I don't like Theme Park. I don't think most people do. It's not a good map. I'm not one that always excludes maps, but when I don't really like Theme Park because it's just not a really good map. It's a nice idea, but the way they have the map set up that you can get sweaty shot from any angle.
the biohazard container.
Alright, my fob. Yeah. I always put one down in this little corner here because no one looks at it. I'll go get that hatch. I don't even know how to get upstairs in this map. That's how much I don't play it.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left. Op 4 has failed to find the biohazard container. Op 4 has spotted the biohazard container.
You can't break that, dude.
I think he mad cause I'm winning and he not. You rap.
Oh, did they take off getting up here? They didn't. Can I please?
Deploying heartbeat sensor. Located target.
Oh, they're just shooting at each other now. Gosh, let's put a nice trap on that door.
Deploying sensor.
Dude, come on, you're messing up my spot. Claws.
Scanning.
Don't do it, don't do it. I'm glad you got a kill, but... Oh, he didn't break my thing. I thought he threw it at the door.
Deploying sensor. Signals out. Heartbeat sensor
Apparently
activated.
table is foolproof. Oh, well, it's 2 people left. Don't! You're such a retard, dude. Thanks for blowing up my trap. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. I'm not gonna team kill him, but... Dude, you should just push. Just scam.
Deploying sensor. Op 4, last stop standing. Down to 15 seconds. Prevent further action. Op 4 eliminated.
Thanks,
Mission
teammate.
successful.
Teammate ran in front of me, dude. Look at my aim here. I downed her, and then my teammate tries to come steal that kill. Dude, I hate everyone that puts on that skin. Alright, the Ashley is no longer important. It's just like, oh, great. I think this guy will be good as Twitch. What level is he?
Locate the
46.
biohazard container.
It's iffy, but I guess I have faith in him. Switch is a pretty easy op to use. It might be in lab.
Good work.
Yeah,
The
good.
biohazard container has been
Oh,
located.
nice. Suppressed captain. My favorite. Good. Oh, it is. It's Deadella. Wow, that was almost pretty pathetic that they couldn't hit my drone while I was holding still.
Insertion in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to go. Biohazard container located. Proceed to its location.
I don't know where cams are. Why did I do that?
Changing mags!
Yo, what's up?
There's a cam in there.
Peace.
Boosting adrenaline. Reload!
Op 4 last stop standing. Resume security. The threat is neutralized.
Look at that, dude.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
I got teabag just because I got a headshot and it was pretty easy to do it. Like, look at that. If it wasn't for that drone, I probably would have died. Just trying to Twitch drone. Smoke, that's a new one. I haven't seen anyone play Smoke in a while. Dang, that's a sick camera. I've never seen that before.
Barricade the room. We need to protect the
Lab
biohazard container.
again?
Op 4 located the biohazard container.
That was great aim. I'll put one here just in case.
10 seconds remaining. Down to 5 seconds. Op 4 drone has located the biohazard container.
And just in case they spawn there again.
board. Swapping mags.
Got a Ying. That's alright. Ying isn't that good. Nice smoke. Smoke? Killing it. Oh, rip. Smoke's down. How about we just,
Reinforced walls.
much got a minute. I've got a minute and almost a half left. Oh. Oh, I thought that was a hatch.
Bruh.
Thanks for destroying my thing, teammate.
Left. Reloading. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Protect the biohazard container securing pods. Take out the hostiles. Op 4 failed to secure the container in time. Mission success.
Look at that, boys. I got one kill like every game. Yeah, you got another kill in a couple. I got 300 and he went 421. Come on, give me a pack. I think they added a couple new universe. Yeah, they did. They changed Diamond a little bit. It looks like. I don't think they did. I swear they added one like Diamond. I guess I just saw a reflection or something in it. Because Diamond looks pretty cool. Alright, we'll play another match. I'll play another 2 games and then I guess I'll end stream. Because that's like an hour. Let me just check what other games. After this, guys, I might do a World War II stream. I might not. I don't know. House. I haven't gotten House multiplayer in a while. I want to play Fuse just to be a troll. This is a really solid team. This is what you've got. You got Finka, who gives you no recoil and extra health. Lion will stop them from moving. I mean, they'll still move, but then everyone else will see them. Glaz will shoot them while they, I guess he's got a suppressor on. While they don't want to move, he'll probably snipe them. Buck can be Buck, and Jackal can see footprints. So, this is pretty good. Oh, well. Whatever. Lion isn't that useful anyway. The idea of him seems good on paper, but in game it doesn't seem very useful. Because no one moves, everyone just holds still. Because everyone already knows. Darn basement. They've gotta be. Yep. Pretty sure there's no other way in the garage.
5 seconds before insertion. Location of biohazard container unknown. Clear to engage.
No, I know where it is. Oh, lag, dude. Whose ping is crazy, dude? Why? You're messing up my 14. Am I drawing sun, alright? Oh, hi. What? Dude, my drone was being forced to move. Okay, Buck, just do it already.
Incoming adrenaline. Stand by.
Op 4 last operator
Activating
standing.
adrenaline surge.
Resume securing. Op 4 neutralized.
I shouldn't teabag. My aim wasn't that good on that. Why did I start shooting so early? I started shooting a lot earlier than I should have. Jaeger's god on this map. Just because he's very useful. Is there anyone else I could play? Nope, no one would be really better. Yeah, I'll go with Jaeger. Ella, dude, I haven't seen Ella in a while.
We need to protect the biohazard container. Secure the room. Op 4 located the biohazard container.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to insertion. Op 4 drone has located the biohazard container.
ADS deployed.
Biohazard container securing pods. Take out the hostile.
Rip, dude, why did I reload? My teammates, where are Ella? They're in the room. I guess someone got them. Rip, dude. I knew I shouldn't have reloaded.
Op 4 is securing the container.
Why are... Dude, this mirror is not good. That's a bad mirror, dude. What level are you? 96, dude, and you're an awful mirror. He's gonna get the red sight off that gun, personally.
Locate the biohazard container.
Let's go, boys. 2-0. And I've only got 2 kills. I'm going 2-0-1. Whatever. Alright, I'm not the greatest player on earth. Bet you master or kids. I bet. You see, the thing is...
Well done. Biohazard
That's
container
how I do
located.
master. What up, Cap?
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Biohazard container located. Proceed to its location.
I knew they were gonna do that. That's That's lovely. Spawn peekers already.
Drone up and running. Activating adrenaline surge. Activating adrenaline surge. Detonating. Loading new magazine!
Op 4 last operator standing. Resume securing the container once the threat is neutralized.
You're not out yet.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Nice, dude. Look at the glass. Picks me up. Dude, that's an awesome glass. Level 81, dude. That's a nice guy. Alright guys, just to make this a reasonable length for a video, I guess I'll end it here. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this. If you guys want more Rainbow, hit that subscribe button. If you guys like Rainbow, hit the like button. Subscribe for more gameplay. Yeah, but expect more Rainbow gameplay in the future. Probably some Ark. I don't know. Most likely Monster Hunter World, and maybe if I get Far Cry 5. So, expect some of that. Anyway guys, see y'all next time. Peace.
Hey, what's up guys, it's me Egghead, and today, we got Siege Shenanigans 4. It's been like 3 months, and Siege Shenanigans 3 got removed for some reason, which I'm still looking into. I'm not doing anything about it, but I have a lot of clips, and I'm doing this before I, edit these gamer clips. So, I don't know how long this video is. I guarantee it's like 2.5 minutes long, but whatever. Here, have some autism.
I don't even know who said it at this point.
I love night nights. My electrolytes fully charged when I'm drinking Gatorade.
Fuck you think you're going?
Dude, you have to censor it over your number.
I got a phone call here, guys. Hold on. I think you have the wrong number.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I guess I had the wrong number. Oh, fuck.
I fired at his
Patrick.
head. I fired at his head. I fired at his head.
No,
this
I
game
fired
sucks.
at his
It's
head.
A terrible.
Bop!
Oh, it's a fat man in a. Oh wait, it's disabled.
What? Let me get the context here. It's a fat man! No, he's disabled! So how you been? What a fucking weirdo. Really playing like a bot, dude. Dude, I've seen the terrorists and terrorist hunt do better than you. What are you? Oh my god. What are you aiming at? You have an ACOG! Oh my god. What is he? Oh my. What are you doing? Where are you going? Gio, you're literally a bot, dude. What? Oh my. What are you doing? What are you shooting at? It's gone! Okay, he's making some plays here. Oh, he's making some plays. Oh my god, he's fucking Jesus. I don't know how they haven't killed you yet, dog. You're seriously a bot. Dude, you're literally the bot on, like, recruit. What are you? Oh my god, you're just gonna die. Boys, I'm going in! Ah! A noble sacrifice. It had to be made. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Somebody. You got a friend in me.
Egg on your right.
Bless.
Faggot. Fur.
Good work. The biohazard container has been located.
Bless.
Faggot.
You're welcome. A story time here for my beanbag. I went skiing one year. The first time I went skiing, I went to the Poconos with my family and some family friends. And while we were there, the house we were renting had this massive beanbag. Now, I'm not sure if I have a picture of it, but it was pretty big. Now, this beanbag, it was big enough to fit like 2 or 3 people on it at once, maybe 4 if you're lucky. And it was the most comfortable beanbag I ever sat on and did a flip on. And yeah, I basically just want one of those for my own pleasure of sitting. Why are they in formation? They're running around the map in formation.
What do you mean in formation?
They were in a line moving all at the same speed. They're in formation.
It's kind of scary.
Where are they coming from? I'm worried.
Yeah, you're really getting that wall, Colin. You really got it.
I don't live with my mom. I was in foster care for like 2 years. I was in the orphanage with my granddaddy and my...
Don't look.
Just make a hatch.
Oh. Oh.
Yo, can I buy a pizza right now?
I pooed in my pants.
Yo, what is that
I
picture?
pooed in my pants.
Somebody go like, what is that picture?
I pooed in my pants. I pooed in my pants. I peed in my pants. I peed in my pants. I pooted. I pooted. Pooted. I shit.
Yeah, I gotta switch them.
Turn that off. Turn it off.
Hey, did you see this?
Yo, whose game show is that? Turn that shit off.
I'm booting you, Colin.
I'm running. Where is she? Ready? Watch this! Cheesed on him. Yo, Alexis, how long is your cock in cubic feet?
600.
Alright, 600. That's a pretty good number. Mine's like 3, but...
3?
I guess your dick's the size of fucking New Hampshire, then.
Mm-hmm.
Giovanni, you took the diffuser! Aiden, you fucking bot! Drop it back!
I think he dropped it.
He's right here, Be quiet, be quiet. This is ranked, you tard! My god! These guys are shitters, shut up! Horribly!
Oh my god, I'm
How the
planting!
hell did you
I'm
think I was
planting!
black?
I'm planting! I'm planting! I'm planting! I am planting!
I know, I hear you,
I'll fuse your
damn!
room. I'll fuse your room. Oh god!
I'm sorry, Patrick, but the mission's more important.
Pick me up, you fatty!
Hold an angle, you fat front! How did you think I was black?
Hold on, Patrick, just tell me when they're
Is that why
defusing.
you were...
Just tell me when they're
No,
defusing.
just listen, queer!
Shut up then!
Dang it, you got it. You got it.
actually went outside.
They're defusing the bomb!
Jump in, jump in, jump in! Shoot him, shoot him!
I got him!
You injured him, yes!
No! No! Yeah, but we won though! We won though! We won though! Yeah! I did!
You suck, bro. You still got
You aim like this guy. Basically, I'm homeless, I think, or something homeless. He played with that.
Alrighty, let's see what we got. I got a charm, time to kick ass, and it's a shoe.
Aiden has that one. It's thought so.
Why was this a legendary? That's worse than a common. Well, we're gonna figure this out, so.
gamers. Howdy, boomers. Yeah, we're gonna be playing some Destiny, cause why not? It's really a test just to see if the stuff works. Cause you know. Free! Yeah, I'm really just gonna make this as raw as I can. We're not gonna try this one. That's a lot better on really accurate.
didn't think it worked. Wow, PC Ultimate Gaming System. Wow, play ready. Wow, sticker. Wow, wow. Let's just go check out this fuck is this? Oh shit, there it is. Wow. So howdy boomers, we did it. We got the ultimate goal here. Let me just rub my foot down the brand new glass so you can see how smeary it is. We got a new PC. It was a lot big of an upgrade from this piece of shit, and that monitor doesn't work, so we're out of luck right now. We got a nice shitty mouse that came with it, and I like it anyway, and this dog-ass keyboard that, who cares, it works. And yeah, the PCs, no, I got nothing, I know nothing about this damn thing. All I know is that it's here, and, well, yeah, quality should increase with that. We're going to be putting a monitor there. We're going to be putting a monitor here so I can sit at the desk and watch my stuff go downhill very fast. But anyway, yeah, we should be getting that monitor in on sometime. I ordered it, a nice $200 one. Should be working. And yeah, we're going to make some PS4 videos until then, because why not? Let's give it a proper send-off slash, what are they, rehirement, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. We upgraded, and we're going to be making PC videos, and sometimes PS4 videos, because why the hell not? What's that? You smell pennies?
PlayStation is the true embodiment of a creative entertainment company with a solid foundation of technology. And it's our mission to embrace the entire creative community, elevating their content on our platform for PlayStation fans. That commitment will carry us through as we embark on the launch of our next generation console, PlayStation 5, coming this holiday. And I'm pleased to share with you today, for the first time, our new logo. With more people in the world playing more games on more devices than ever before, it's truly an exciting time for the gaming industry. Come this holiday, Sony will once again have the opportunity to shine a light on the world of PlayStation with our next generation console. We've announced several key features of the PS5 hardware, which has been engineered with customizations that will truly differentiate the platform, including future-proof technology such as ultra-high-speed SSD, 3D audio, Ultra HD Blu-ray, and a brand new controller with haptics and adaptive trigger buttons. With that foundation, PS5 will inspire developers to create expansive worlds with new gameplay experiences that are more immersive than ever before in how they look, sound, and feel. Our promise to the 100 million strong PlayStation community is to offer the biggest and best in content, and to deliver unique experiences to gamers with unprecedented speed. There's much more to share about PlayStation 5 in the months ahead, and we look forward to revealing more details, including the content that will showcase the platform and the future of gaming. Community is the bedrock of how we grow our company, and it's why our brand is so beloved. It's that promise that the PlayStation brand was built on 25 years ago, and we'll continue our mission to bring that to players all around the world. Thank you.
Sony continues to be a leader in immersive entertainment experiences, and gaming is no exception.
One month ago, we celebrated the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation brand. This spirit of innovation and how Sony used technology to make a generational leap in real-time interactive entertainment continued with each successive platform. We've constantly added and refined features to stay ahead of players' needs. And the hardware was designed to expand as technology advanced. We're fortunate to have an unrivaled lineup of upcoming PS4 exclusives that fans can't wait to play, including Final Fantasy VII Remake, Marvel's Iron Man VR, and The Last of Us Part 2, just some of the titles coming to PS4 in 2020. And it's our mission to embrace the entire creative community, elevating their content on our platform for PlayStation fans. That commitment will carry us through as we embark on the launch of our next generation console, PlayStation 5, coming this holiday. And I'm pleased to share with you today, for the first time, our new logo. We've announced several key features of the PS5 hardware, which has been engineered with customizations that will truly differentiate the platform, including future-proof technology such as ultra-high-speed SSD, 3D audio, Ultra HD Blu-ray, and a brand new controller with haptics and adaptive trigger buttons. There's much more to share about PlayStation 5 in the months ahead, and we look forward to revealing more details, including the content that will showcase the platform and the future of gaming.
Another form of immersive real-time entertainment that Sony has focused on is sports. With the launch of 5G, we see an opportunity to combine 5G's dynamic uplink capability with our real-time encoding and wireless communication technology.
Now, we've been using wireless cameras in sports broadcasting for almost 40 years, if you can believe that. But it's always taken a proprietary antenna systems and a complicated infrastructure that was quite cumbersome to install at each and every instance that we used it. This was not something you did at the last minute. Now, with the introduction of the Sony Xperia 5G millimeter wave camera, the flexibility and the ease of deploying a wireless camera is exciting to us because it involves simply clipping on a 5G wireless pack from Sony onto the back of one of our existing cameras. But some of the most striking effects continue to be in the camera and in its movement and position. And they're actually quite simple. We'll take a look at some of them here. The continued growth of high frame rate cameras really add to the experience where you see a very fluid motion that helps to engage the viewer in the competition field. Then you get to POV cameras. They give you a sense of speed and presence and cameras in places we never thought possible. And flying cameras like the wired Skycam that you see so frequently now in big sporting events, and then drones which have become so popular in the last 5 years. They both give you a sense of motion that we used to only be able to see in big major market films, but we now can afford to do that in sports television.
I believe the next megatrend will be mobility. As vehicles become more connected, autonomous, shared, and electric in the coming years. And to deepen our understanding of cars in terms of their design and technologies, we gave a shape to our vision. This prototype embodies our contribution to the future of mobility and contains a variety of Sony's technologies. One of our new offerings for in-car entertainment is 360 reality audio. For you to truly enjoy an immersive audio experience, it also comes with an intuitive human math interface with a wide screen that displays various driving information and entertainment content. The vehicle seamlessly integrates with the cloud and continually update its capabilities through always-on connectivity. And this prototype is built on a newly designed EV platform, allowing for future applications. The creation of this prototype would not have been possible without the knowledge and the cooperation of our partners in the automotive industry, We will continue to pursue the Vision S initiative, focusing on safety, entertainment, and adaptability. We are committed to making a meaningful contribution to society, and we are excited about the road ahead of us. Thank you, and have a great CES.
At LG, we're guided by a simple tenet: innovation for a better life. And we believe a better life starts at home. Throughout the appliance industry, AI has taken the form of simple voice commands to turn on your washer or check the status of your oven. LG is revolutionizing that with our new proactive customer care service. It's the first AI-powered customer service solution for connected appliances, and it delivers tangible benefits. Using big data and machine learning, it offers personalized customer care guidance, including maintenance tips based on your usage behavior.
Proactive customer care is designed to give you peace of mind. When first connected, the service runs an installation report on your washer and dryer, refrigerator, dishwasher, or oven so that you can be confident that it's connected and operating at its best right from the start.
Okay, and in the kitchen, LG is taking entertaining to the next level. To start, we're upgrading our industry-first LG InstaView refrigerators. Famous for their knock-on and door-and-door features that let you see inside without releasing cold air, our popular InstaView series has lots of new innovations for a better life. And when it comes to performance, our cooling system is getting an upgrade as well. It combines linear cooling to maintain a constant temperature and door cooling to cool the interior quickly to keep food fresher longer. LG is also redefining the art of home entertaining with the world's first refrigerator to automatically produce slow-melting craft ice. Introducing the new LG InstaView ThinQ oven. With InstaView, simply knock twice to check cooking status quickly and easily. No need to fumble for the light or open the door, which slows down cooking. The new InstaView ThinQ oven delivers enhanced usability along with new cooking innovation.
Our LG ThinQ ovens also help you cook like a professional right at home by giving you access to hundreds of thousands of recipes from cooking platforms like Innit, SideChef, Tavala, and Drop, and the ability to send precise cooking instructions directly to your LG connected oven from your smartphone.
Now, as the TV people, we're a little biased. Nowhere is LG's commitment to innovation for a better life more evident than in home entertainment. These core technologies are critical factors in making our TVs the standard bearer in the OLED market year after year. And this commitment to innovation continues throughout our 2020 TV lineup with AI-powered picture and sound improvements, new form factors, and more.
Let's start with 8K, or Real 8K as we call it. Once again, LG is leading the way while others seek to follow. Last year, we opened the era of Real 8K by rolling out Signature 8K OLED and 8K Now to Sell TV. In fact, Time Magazine named our 88-inch 8K OLED one of the best inventions of the year. This year, we're expanding the 8K lineup with 6 new models, all that will deliver the 8K UHD viewing experience a consumer expects. Real 8K.
Real 8K refers to the fact that resolution is not just defined by the number of pixels. We all know that an 8K panel has over 33 million pixels, but viewers also have to be able to see them in order to enjoy the benefit. The best measure of this is called contrast modulation, which refers to the ability of the eye to distinguish between adjacent pixels. All 8K TVs have a contrast modulation of about 90%, which far exceeds the strict parameters called for by the CTA's official industry definition. So they will all carry the new CTA 8K UHD logo, the one that matters. Our sets will also offer more capability to play native 8K content with HEVC and VP9, and we're also working with partners like YouTube to create additional pathways for streaming native 8K content with AV1.
All of LG's 2020 8K TVs are driven by our new Alpha 9 Gen 3 AI processor with AI picture and sound enhancing capabilities, plus the ability to recognize and separately enhance specific types of content within scenes, such as faces and text. Our deep learning AI algorithms upscale virtually any content to take full advantage of the screen's 33 million plus pixels. With this kind of performance and future-proofing, LG 8K customers will have real peace of mind. And the good news for our customers doesn't end there. In 2020, we're introducing 4 new series of premium LCD models featuring our NanoCell technology, 2 of which will be Real 8K, with almost half of the new crop measuring a massive 70 inches or larger. So we're offering a total of 18 different ultra-large models across our entire 2020 lineup. And LG's OLED range has plenty to get excited about too, with 13 new models arriving this year, including options from 48 to 88 inches.
Another key change in 2020 is the official US launch of Next-Gen TV. Next-Gen TV is a new ATSC 3.0 broadcast standard, co-developed by LG, which is the world's first Internet Protocol-based television standard, giving local stations the ability to deliver enhanced picture quality such as 4K UHD, multi-dimensional sound, and even interactive content, among many other potential benefits. LG Next-Gen TVs will be among the first on the market, offering 6 premium OLED TV models ranging from 55 to 88 inches with ATSC 3.0 capability, all of them earning the new CTA Next-Gen TV logo.
With ThinQ AI, users can monitor and control IoT devices straight from the intuitive home dashboard on their LG TVs. They can easily control multiple connected devices with just their voice, using natural language commands covering 144 countries worldwide. This feature will also be supported by Amazon Alexa this year. And thanks to LG's open platform WebOS, our TVs once again integrate the world's most popular AI services.
To truly experience movies the way the director intended, we're proud to be among the first to embrace the UHD Alliance's new Filmmaker mode, which was developed with many prominent Hollywood directors and cinematographers.
Modern televisions have all kinds of incredible possibilities in terms of their technical capabilities. But that also means that we need to be sure that the original intent of the filmmaker is carried through to the presentation in the home. And Filmmaker mode is a way of doing that.
In 2020, consumers can enjoy movies using Filmmaker mode on every new 4K and 8K LG TV.
For the first time ever, LG's latest OLED TVs will also support Dolby Vision IQ, which extends the benefits of Dolby Vision beyond HDR by intelligently optimizing picture quality experiences for viewers regardless of ambient light or content type. In addition, LG OLED TVs have been recognized by the Hollywood Professional Association with the Excellence in Engineering Award as the first and only with integrated hardware-level calibration software. You know the saying, content is king. Well, LG's award-winning WebOS Smart TV platform will continue to deliver in 2020. LG TVs will provide a full range of content to entertain and inform any viewer, led by a plethora of shows and movies from Disney+, Apple TV, CBS All Access, and Netflix, as well as many other services. US viewers will be able to get real-time information about who, where, and what, just by using the remote control or their own voice. This new functionality for LG 2020 TVs delivers a more interactive viewing experience, one we think our customers are really going to love. Sports enthusiasts will appreciate our new Sports Alert feature. It provides updates about their favorite teams, game start times, scores, and results. So to that end, LG TVs now have the capability to easily add Bluetooth speakers as rear channels, so you'll feel like you're in the stadium and part of the crowd.
Gaming is one of the hottest trends in home entertainment today, and LG delivers the ultimate gaming experience on several fronts, starting with our LG UltraGear monitors, and a really cool portable product that's taking the gaming market by storm. Check out our new G8X dual-screen smartphone with detachable OLED display.
We know that every gamer wants a rich, immersive gaming experience. But because gaming, unlike video, is real-time and has varying frame rates, this is quite a challenge. At NVIDIA, we started working on G-Sync to help gamers achieve this experience. And in 2013, we launched the first G-Sync gaming monitors. Since then, G-Sync has stood for a certified gaming experience, the best image quality, and smooth, responsive gaming. At NVIDIA, we are proud to partner with LG once more to bring G-Sync compatible TVs ideal for the big screen gamer. And the TVs have passed hundreds of G-Sync tests at NVIDIA labs, so gamers can be assured of an excellent gaming experience. They can play games at 4K, up to 120 Hertz, silky smooth on the beautiful, incredible OLED screens. With sizes ranging from 48 inches to 88 inches, they're big format gaming displays, or BFGDs, bringing an immersive gaming experience to your living room. I'm happy to announce that LG TVs are the first and only televisions that have been tested, validated, and approved as G-Sync compatible.
We're bringing this experience to more consumers in 2020 with 13 new models in our OLED lineup that support G-Sync in the coming year. All of LG's advanced technologies are included in our premium designs, including wallpaper OLED and the super premium LG Signature rollable OLED model, which will be introduced in the market this year. And all new for 2020 is LG's latest OLED design innovation. Meet the art-inspired G10 OLED Gallery Series. This extremely thin and minimalist gallery series, paired here with one of our matching sound bars, takes design to a new level with an ultra-thin form factor. The 65-inch model is a mere 20 millimeters thin without the need for a separate connection box. And used with a specially designed wall mount, which comes with the TV, it mounts completely flush to the wall, providing a dramatic appearance as if the OLED set was a piece of art. No gap, no shadow, just the brilliant picture quality and beautiful design you've come to expect from LG OLED.
Today, we are introducing the new LG Signature Wine Cellar with unique features like the InstaView Knock Twice technology so that you can see your wine collection without opening the door. The LG Signature Wine Cellar also has a multi-temperature control that sets specific storing conditions for each level. And its optimal vintage technology preserves the wine collection with the precise control of temperature, humidity, light, and vibration. The benefit of all that is every bottle is enjoyed as the vintner intended it. From advanced appliances like this to the super premium rollable television that Tim showed earlier, LG Signature truly represents LG's best of the best, designed for the most discerning consumer. New models, new features, new partners, and new AI capabilities. That's what we call AI-powered innovation for a better life. So please come see how this all comes together in our booth, where anywhere is home. Have a great show, and life's good.
Hey guys, I'm here at CES 2020. This is Vizio's special display area. We've got all Vizio's televisions here. There's a whole lot, but the one that I was most excited about is right behind me. This is an OLED TV. Yes, Vizio is doing an organic light-emitting diode television for the very first time. Going to join the likes of LG and Sony in selling what I've tested in my reviews is the best picture quality display technology out there. So this TV is going to be available in 55 and 65 inches later this year. Vizio hasn't set a price yet, but knowing Vizio, they might be able to compete with the least expensive LG OLEDs out there. They'll be really exciting to get that price point down. For now, what we know is it's got all of Vizio's special sauce. It's got their new processing technology built into this television. You can see here there's a new sound bar that Vizio is selling that kind of clips onto the bottom of it. That's an option, obviously. It's their Elevate sound bar, but altogether it's a really nice, slick-looking device. Around the back, there's some cable management, a very thin display, just like OLED you'd expect from that. We'll learn a little bit more about this product a little bit later in the year when it launches, but for now, pretty cool to hear that Vizio is going to be getting into OLED in 2020. Now let's take a little walk down here because Vizio's bread and butter is LCD TVs. This is the PX series, the Vizio P Series Quantum X. It's their highest end TV for 2020, very similar to the P Series Quantum X from last year. Familiar, right? That's the one that I really liked. I called it the OLED alternative if you can't quite afford an OLED. This thing is a beast. It's got a heck of a lot of brightness. It's got a lot of local dimming zones. They're saying on the 85-inch up to 792 local dimming zones. So this TV is very bright. It can do HDR really well, according to my test last year. They've bumped up that processing again in 2020. They've also improved some of the gaming things. They've added HDMI 2.1 to get you to 4K 120 hertz input, a couple of other extras, but really this TV very similar to last year. And if it is, and the price point's the same, it's going to be probably one of the better TVs of 2020. There's also the P Series Quantum without the X. Again, similar to last year, slightly stepped down image quality, but again, expected to be very good for the money. And then there's the M Series Quantum and M Series Quantum, right? Very similar. One's the M8, one's the M7. These TVs come in slightly different sizes. They're going to have a little bit dimmer overall picture quality, but again, we expect for the money to be one of the better TVs of the year. Again, full array local dimming, quantum dots, all the stuff you'd expect at a Vizio TV. The final one is the V series. This guy is going to be their entry level. Unlike last year, the V does not have full array local dimming. There's a range of sizes on here up to 75 inches. It's going to be the entry point, the least expensive in the lineup, so we'll see how that performs for the money. Now follow me, everybody, past all these TVs that you can buy this year from Vizio into this crazy little area where it looks like there's some flashlights, there's some weirdness going on. We talked about full array local dimming. This is one of my favorite demos from Vizio. These guys like to show, they pull some layers off of the front of the screen. It doesn't look like this when you buy it, hopefully. If it does, take it back. But it shows you kind of how the local dimming zones work. So we have an M series here, we have a P series, and then we have the PX. Each of these have progressively higher number of dimming zones, more LEDs. It's a really cool demonstration of how they're able to achieve this local dimming. As you can see, only the areas of the screen that have active illumination are turned on and the rest is turned off. That leads to that contrast that I always talk about. Full array local dimming really is the best picture quality enhancement for LED LCD. And again, you can just see they just get brighter and brighter. The dimming zones get more precise. They eliminate blooming. It's a really cool demo. Behind me, we have a gigantic 85-inch TV. Now this is where we're not selling this, Vizio's not selling this year. This is a demonstration television. It's an 85-inch mini LED TV with 8K resolution. Now Vizio isn't doing any of those technologies this year. This is just to show that they can. So the main advantage of mini LED on this TV is it gets even more LEDs, even more dimming zones. Vizio says this is about 2,000 dimming zones, 2,000 LEDs, each individually operated, so you can get that really precise dimming, extra brightness, all that good stuff. Of course, this is a concept not coming out this year, but again, to see what can be done with the technology. So Vizio's Smart TV system, SmartCast, has not been my favorite in past reviews. They're going to be improving it in 2020, however. One of the big things they're doing is making it faster. You can see it's kind of jumping around here, nice and fast. We saw some demos where the reaction time is really good. There's also more customization built into the new one, but the big feature here, I'll show you on the remote, they have a new remote, and it's got voice. Yes, Vizio's jumping in the voice remote game. So on the P series and up next year, you're going to be able to talk into Vizio's voice remote, this year in 2020, I mean, and be able to do things like change inputs, could perform searches, and basically do a lot of the voice things. You can even get the weather or Wikipedia entries that you'd expect on a voice remote. You can see the remote here. It's really a nice design. Vizio's previous remote was really, it's been like 6 years since they've updated it, 4 years, something like that. It's got a bunch of buttons on it. This one's a lot simpler. This one's Bluetooth, connects to the TV. You don't have to aim it directly at the TV. Again, this is not going to be available on all the series, only the more expensive P series and up, but Vizio says you can buy this remote and add it to any of the TVs later in the year. They haven't told me a price yet. You can add it as an accessory if you want, and that'll include people who currently own Vizio TVs. So one of the cool things about SmartCast is they're rolling out this upgrade. So this new Smart TV system is going to come to other Vizio TVs that have SmartCast from 2019, 2018, etc. We can see they've got some other SmartCast accessories here. Of course, they support AirPlay. They support Google Cast. You can connect your phone to it, do those streaming things directly. They've improved their Watch Free system, which is a whole bunch of free television shows arranged a little bit like a cable grid, and they've improved the programming guide on that so you can do favorites and browse by genres and things. So again, a lot of improvements here to the Vizio SmartCast system. We're going to see if it competes with my favorite Roku TV and some of the others out there, but definitely some improvements to look forward to, especially if you have a current Vizio TV and just want the Smart TV to get a little bit better. All right, loyal CNET watchers, you've hung with me through most of this video. Now here's the reward. I'm going to take you into the secret lair of gaming. Ooh, follow me. All right, we got these sweet gaming chairs Vizio set up here. I'm just going to cup squat. So Vizio says that they've improved a lot of the gaming features on their TVs for 2020. They can interface with the Xbox console. You can get their variable refresh rate mode. As well as work with FreeSync, which enables the TV to sync with the game console and change the refresh rate so it'll make the game look a lot better for video quality. They've also said they have HDR tone mapping that works well with games, so you can have those HDR games look as good as they can. And of course, there's input lag. These TVs have better input lag than last year. They're saying 15 milliseconds, which is an improvement, and again, around 1 frame, so that's really good. We'll test all that out, and of course, it works with 4K as well as 1080p games. So that's a look at Vizio's full 2020 TV lineup. If you want more great videos from CES 2020, Subscribe to CNET.
Year after year, and especially the last few years, Vizio's TVs have gotten better and better. So I'm coming to CES 2020 expecting some really big things. And it turns out that's exactly what we're getting. Hi, I'm Caleb Dennison for Digital Trends here with Vizio, and we're checking out the entire product line from the company. But I want to focus on two models in particular. The ones right behind me, this would be the Vizio P-Series Quantum X, and over here, surprise, Vizio has an OLED. We're going to get to that in a moment. I want to talk about the Vizio P-Series Quantum X. So if you follow our TV reviews, you know that the P-Series Quantum X was one of the best TVs that we reviewed in 2019. 2020 looks like it's even brighter, literally. So the P-Series Quantum X last year was probably the brightest TV that we reviewed, which lent to an amazing HDR experience. And when I talk about HDR, I mean all of the HDRs. Whatever different mode there is, Vizio supports it, which is great. Now for this particular TV, Vizio is talking about up to 3,000 nits of peak brightness, and we're in the 700s of zones on their largest 85-inch model, which was teased last year but never released. This year, we're getting one, up to an 85-inch TV here. Now, that's 3,000 nits of peak brightness, so for HDR highlights, that's gonna add a lot of pop. But in general, the TV can get very bright, so if we were to light this up with a full field white screen, it would probably top out somewhere in the 800 nit zone, which means just for day-to-day use, this TV is gonna look brilliant, whether you're watching it at day with a bunch of sun flowing into your room or you're watching it at night. Another really interesting thing that we need to talk about is Vizio has a new processor, and I know that talking about processors isn't super sexy, but the thing is, that's what makes a TV look really great or not so great. In Vizio's case, they've always had really good processing, but what I'm seeing so far this year, they are outdoing themselves. The new processor is called the iQ Ultra, okay? And with it comes some niceties like HDMI 2.1, but everything else is available. Variable refresh rate, low latency mode, automatically goes into game mode. So we're talking about a fully featured TV here that's got all the bells and whistles that you would expect to see from a top-tier manufacturer. And that certainly is what Vizio is these days, a top-tier manufacturer competing with the likes of Sony, LG, and Samsung right up there. Now, my only main complaint about Vizio TVs in the past has been the SmartCast system. I felt like it was a little bit sludgy, a little bit laggy, and maybe not the most intuitive thing to use. We've seen some updates, and it has gotten better, but I've never really fallen in love with it. But I gotta tell you, I just saw a demo of the new SmartCast 4.0. I'm totally impressed. The lag is gone. It's very snappy. It's laid out very well. It's what you expect from a proper smart TV system, and with Apple HomeKit integration, also Alexa support from Amazon, as well as Google Assistant compatibility. There's nothing that you can't do with the TV, but again, more importantly, it's laid out really well. They also upped their game with the remote control. So the P-Series Quantum X, and the new OLED will come with a Bluetooth remote control that is very simple, very sleek, very elegant, and most important, easy to use. So let's talk about OLED for just a moment. We know LG has been making OLEDs for years. Sony, of course, jumped into the game a couple of years ago. Vizio is now a major player in the OLED game. Now, when we talk about the differences between an LG or a Sony and now a Vizio OLED, it's going to come down to the processing. And that's why I'm excited to see Vizio has created a new processor that appears to do some really great stuff. Obviously, we need to get these in our lab. We need to thoroughly test them and do some comparisons, but I'm extremely encouraged by what I'm seeing here. It's not just about the HDMI 2.1 and all the features that come along with that, but noise reduction and sharpness control and 3D lookup tables and all the stuff that comes together to make an image vibrant and realistic and poppy. And I'm definitely seeing that here. Again, I've got to get these in my lab and take a close look, but I've never been so encouraged at a demonstration at a trade show in quite some time. So this is very exciting. Vizio is coming into 2020 in a very big way, and I can't wait to see these things actually come to market. Of course, we will be reviewing these TVs when they do come out later this year. Pricing and availability times are not being discussed, and that's typical of CES. We'll find out about that a little bit later, but for now, know that Vizio is someone to watch this year. How do you follow up a show-stopping roll-up OLED television? Well, you come with a roll-down OLED television. Hi, I'm Caleb Dennison for Digital Trends. We are at LG's booth at the Las Vegas Convention Center, getting an early look at, well, everything that they've got. But I want to run you through all the new stuff from LG's TV division. Now, as I just mentioned, LG has brought a roll-down OLED to the show, a follow-up to the roll-up OLED that it premiered last year, which, interestingly enough, never made it to market last year. I've been assured by LG that the roll-up OLED will be on sale sometime this year, although they're not saying exactly when that's going to be. So what's with the roll-down OLED? Well, it's basically the roll-up OLED flipped on its head. The idea here is that you would mount it up above your usual TV viewing space, so put it up on the ceiling right next to the wall, and it will actually drop down for you. Now, you can't really retrofit this into a home because the box that holds it is too wide to fit between joists. So you're going to actually mount that to the ceiling, and it'll just drop down whenever you want to see it. Very cool technology, but again, sort of an iteration on the roll-up OLED that we've already seen. I really want to just see these things come to market so that we can actually see them working in people's homes. Now, I want to tell you about the company's brand new 8K TVs. Introducing LG's Z Series OLEDs. These are the 8K OLEDs that LG is offering this year. They come in an 88-inch and a 77-inch variant, and if they look familiar to you, that's because they look almost exactly like last year's 8K TVs. Most of what's new is actually under the hood. So it starts with LG's Alpha 9 Gen 3 processor, which has even better AI than the year before in order to help clean up the picture. Obviously, there's a lot going on with the processing. That's what makes a TV look really fantastic. LG is just trying to up the game to get better noise reduction, clean up lossy signals, and make them look great on a screen that's got 8K resolution. Obviously, there's very little 8K to be watched out there, but LG has partnered with YouTube to help usher along 8K YouTube delivery, and we have seen some of that up close and personal, and it's dang impressive. Again, Alpha 9 Gen 3 processor is what's really new with the 8K TVs this year. That would be both for the OLEDs and for the NanoCell 8K TVs. The other thing that's new is within LG's WebOS software system, so the way that you access apps and control your smart home, all that kind of stuff has been updated. It's a lot more simple and easy to use. Voice recognition has been improved as well. So that's going to be fun to play with. Once we actually get these in our lab for testing, we'll be able to show you that in detail. But frankly, it's a little bit of an iterative year where they've made some small tweaks to an already great display for 2020. What we're looking at right now is an 8K mini LED TV. Now, if you remember from earlier this year, TCL actually released the first commercially available mini LED TV. What is a mini LED TV? Well, basically what they do is they take the LED backlights behind the LCD screen and they shrink them way, way down. That allows them to put many, many more backlights behind the screen, and that in turn gives you better control over the backlighting system. So it helps avoid some of the pitfalls of an LCD TV. You get less blooming, less halo around bright objects on a black background. What we saw from TCL was very impressive, but we were kind of surprised, frankly, that TCL was the first to come out with this technology in a commercial way. LG is not officially announcing that this is a product that you will be able to buy in 2020. Sort of like Vizio. Vizio is also toying around with a mini LED TV, but I am very glad to see that this technology is advancing because it sort of embraces the more conventional approach with an LCD TV, but improves it in a pretty drastic way without necessarily upping the cost. So again, this is an LG 8K mini LED TV. It uses their NanoCell technology and of course their IPS panel. So I'll be interested to see how the black levels turn out, since IPS panels tend to have murkier blacks, even though they do have excellent color and better off-angle viewing. But really, when it comes right down to it, the reason I'm excited to see this here is because it sort of paints a vision of the future. And I hope for sure that this TV will be available in 2021, if not this year. Finally, and I think this is the most notable change for LG and its TV series versus 2019, what we're looking at here is the new Gallery series, or G series. If you follow LG OLEDs, they start with a low-end B series, a C series, and then it used to be the E series. That E series has been done away with and replaced with the Gallery series. So what's up with the Gallery series? Well, if you remember in the past, the E series was really about design, right? Because the LG panel that is in all of their OLED TVs is the same. The processing is the same, with the exception of the B series. They all have the Alpha 9 Gen 3 processor this year, but the Gallery series folds in all the best design elements that LG has in its arsenal right now. Now, you remember the wallpaper OLED, of course, which is paper thin. You basically magnetically affix it to the wall, but it came with the big soundbar. Still does. You can still buy that, and it does come with the big, large soundbar. A lot of people wanted that ultra slim aesthetic, bordering on wallpaper, but without having to deal with the big soundbar. And that's what the Gallery series is addressing this year. So there's a new special no-gap wall mount that LG includes with this TV. Other manufacturers make you buy that separately. The Gallery series will come with that no-gap wall mount. It's exceptionally thin, and the great thing here is that the hardware for the TV is built right in. So you don't have to have a separate box or anything. You simply mount it to the wall, and you get an amazing aesthetic. So where design comes in, begging that premium price from LG OLED, that's what the Gallery series is all about. And that is what's new from LG TV this year at CES 2020. Sony has announced 5 new TV models at CES 2020, but unfortunately, I only get to show you 2 of them. Hey everybody, Caleb Dennison for Digital Trends, and Sony is bringing new TVs to CES, but in what seems to be a recurring theme, we're only actually seeing a couple of them here on the show floor, which is bustling with press at the moment. Let's start with the new Z8H. So this is Sony's new 2020 8K television. We see a 75-inch and an 85-inch model here, and it's very similar to what we saw last year in terms of internals. So we're still looking at the X1 Ultimate processor, very important, as you know, especially for upscaling 4K to 8K, but also for managing the color, noise reduction, that sort of thing. They are not dishing out information like peak brightness levels, how many zones, but it is a full array backlit TV, of course, not edge lit. What is new, two notable things that are new for this particular series. One is they're using their new sort of localized audio technology in a slightly different way than we've seen before. So in the back of the TV, right along the bezel area, are some high frequency drivers, or I guess you could call them tweeters, and they actually use the frame of the TV to dissipate some of that sound. So there is some resonance happening with the frame of the television in order to kind of control high frequency response. Now, those high frequencies or treble are very directional. It's easy for the human ear to pick up on where they're coming from. And so they're using this to kind of localize sounds on the screen. Now, to be clear, it's not like the acoustic surface technology that we'll talk about with the OLED TV in just a moment, but they are trying to approximate that a little bit. Also, during the setup phase of this TV, there's an audio calibration mechanism that's new for this year that kind of reads the room and optimizes the audio for whatever space the TV is presented in. Last thing I want to mention is they are keeping this new style of stand. You see sort of a T-leg at the bottom. They're managing it so that it can be moved in towards the center. So if you don't have a gigantic entertainment console and can't manage such a wide stance, I mean, we are talking about 75 and 85-inch TVs here, you can move those in a little bit and have a more centralized stand. I think it looks better this way, but practically speaking, for some people, I think it's going to be important that you can move those legs in. Next up is the new A8H OLED, new for 2020. And we're not seeing a ton of new stuff integrated into this TV. The design is a little bit different. The stand is a little bit different. Still ultra slim, of course, very minimal bezels. The one thing that they are touting for this TV is a new XMotion Clarity engine for the OLED series. That wasn't in there before. They've added it in. I do like XMotion Clarity insofar as you can customize it so you don't get a whole lot of soap opera effect. But for sports, it's particularly useful because it really cleans things up and makes Fashion Motion Sports not blurry. Otherwise, X1 Ultimate Processor, all the stuff that we saw last year, not a ton of new stuff happening with the AH OLED itself. Now, it's a slightly different story with the A9S. I don't know why they're diverging from their naming convention and going with S instead of H, but they did announce an A9S. It's not here on the show floor. Not exactly sure why. But the thing about the A9S is that they've added a smaller model. There is a 48-inch model, and if you've been following along, you know that LG has also offered that. No surprise there because Sony uses LG's OLED panels in their television. So the idea there is they're bringing the OLED down to a slightly smaller size. They're putting a more centralized aluminum stand on that particular TV. So, you know, I could see using that as a gaming monitor. That's definitely how LG is positioning theirs. Sony's probably just sticking to the cinematic aspect, but with a smaller screen size. That's a great idea. Next is the X950H, back to the H naming convention. That's going to be the more standard 4K LED TV from Sony. Not a whole lot has been discussed there, although we do know that it's going to offer some of the same sort of acoustic location technology that we talked about with the 8K series. Also the ambient room mode setting where it sort of calibrates the sound for the room. And then there will be an X900H. So kind of follows what we have seen in the prior years with a few updates coming along. In general, it's not super revolutionary. I think some of the sound treatments are interesting, but the core technology, that X1 Ultimate Processor and the screens that are in these TVs seem to be remaining the same. And honestly, that's just fine by me because Sony produced some amazing televisions last year. I'm really interested to get that 8K series in our office and test them out in our lab. I want to see how they perform. The Z9G is still a thing that Sony is selling. They're not replacing that. So we'll see how the Z8H fits into the picture. And of course, the A8H OLED is also looking very good. That's all of Sony's new TVs, at least what we can see of them, right here at CES 2020.
It wouldn't be CES without a whole bunch of new TVs from LG. And this year, we're seeing a lot of 8K, including 8K OLED sets and NanoCell LCD sets. Personally, I'm really all about that 8K OLED. It looks glorious, as you'd expect. I haven't been super impressed with 8K TVs so far, mainly because they've all been LCD. We haven't really seen production 8K OLED, but this TV looks fantastic. We've been looking at the 77-inch here. Colors are bright, it's really sharp. You can tell that there's just a lot of detail in the image. Looking really up close to it, I can make out like individual blades of grass and just things that maybe on a typical 4K set you wouldn't. I'm still skeptical about the value of an 8K set for a typical user. Maybe from your couch, you really won't see that difference between 8K and 4K, but it's nice to see that LG is actually getting these TVs out there and making them available to consumers. And even though it's an 8K set, it's still also a native 120 Hz set, so that'll make it really useful for things like gaming and anything that requires a faster response rate. As for the rest of its lineup, it's all pretty much the same stuff we've seen from LG over the past few years. Its new 3rd generation Alpha 9 processor adds a whole bunch of new improvements. There's some better AI image processing to make skin tones better, and there's also AI-assisted sound design, so the virtualized surround sound sounds a bit better than before. Not huge upgrades from the past few years. As for the new sets, I'm really interested in the OLED Gallery lineup. This is a new line that's basically a slightly more practical version of the wallpaper TV that LG has been selling for a couple of years. That was really expensive, but also really hard to use because it was a flat screen that you needed to have a separate box for all the connections. These sets are still very thin. They're just not like razor very close to the wall there. But what's really useful is that it's more practical, so you can still have the inputs in the back of the TV. They actually put in a little bit of cable channeling so that you can have your inputs, hide them against the wall. you need to plug something in or out, you can pull the TV back a little. All these gallery sets also come with wall mounts, so the idea is that, yeah, it's something you're going to put on a wall, maybe not on a TV stand. One interesting addition coming to a bunch of OLED TVs this year is far-field speakers. So now you can say, hey LG, and a virtual assistant will pop up and you can issue commands, you can change picture settings. Typically you had to use the magical remote to do that and hit a button. Now it's a lot more automatic. Unfortunately, that feature won't work with Amazon Alexa, it won't work with Google Assistant. You'll have to get a separate device like an Echo or a Google Home to do that, unfortunately. We also saw a couple new features demoed. Filmmaker mode is something that you can just turn on. It'll take off motion smoothing. Basically make it something that actual filmmakers and directors would like to see rather than the ugly motion smooth video you typically see on a TV. We also saw a nice demo of NVIDIA's G-Sync technology, which matches the frame rate of the game with the refresh rate of the TV. That's really useful on these sets because they're now natively 120 Hertz. NVIDIA added these to a bunch of TVs late last year. Now it's shipping with the 2019 OLEDs, and it just looks really great. We saw F1 Racing being demoed, and I sat right in front of that screen. It just looked so smooth, so clear. There were no motion artifacts or any of those weird things you get with bad monitors and really fast performance gameplay. And interestingly enough, with G-Sync and with support for variable refresh rates across the board, it turns all of LG's OLED TVs into really great gaming monitors. In fact, they're probably going to be even faster than some dedicated gaming LCDs. So if you're buying a new set, that's great for somebody who plays consoles already. The next generation consoles are going to support that even more. So it's going to be a great feature all around. And last but not least, we saw LG's rollable OLED again, the R series, and that was something they expected to release last year. That didn't end up happening, but now they say it's for sure going to be coming in 2020, and it's going to be coming with that new processor and all the image improvements there. So you'll have a nice 65-inch rollable. We don't know what the price is going to be, and we really don't know what availability is going to be. And that's true for the rollable, that's true for all the LG sets. Typically, we see TV pricing in the middle of the year once companies know how much they're actually going to be selling them for. So all in all, it's a really nice run for LG this year. Compared to last year, where we just saw the rollable, I think the push to 8K is interesting. 8K overall is still not there, but I think we're getting there, and the content is going to be there. Right now, all you can do with that 8K set is play YouTube 8K videos, and to me, that's not super interesting. Save your money. Get a nice 4K OLED and put that towards sound or something. Stay tuned to Engadget.com for more CES 2020 news.
Dell probably isn't the first company you'd think of when it comes to portable gaming hardware, but they are trying for something new with the UFO concept. And this is a device that's clearly taking some inspiration from the Nintendo Switch. It is an 8-inch tablet PC with controller accessories, and of course it can be docked to a TV to use like a typical gaming console. What's really interesting is that this device is just a PC. It's running Windows, it's not really running any special software yet, but I could imagine throwing Steam on this, turning on full picture mode, and having a pretty decent console experience. It also reminds me of the NVIDIA Shield tablet, which is a device that they were trying to pitch as a very gaming-oriented, portable way to play everything on the road. Dell isn't really talking about what's powering the UFO concept, certainly because that could change down the line. But I was able to play F1 Racing, and it performed really well in handheld mode. I could tell it was like close to 60 FPS, but sometimes it dipped lower. And on the TV side, I played World War Z with the controller docked to like a accessory similar to the Nintendo Switch, and that performed pretty well too. But it's also clear that this is all very new territory for Dell. The controller is huge, the device itself is very, very big. It reminds me a bit of the Dreamcast controller. It's just very circular. There's a lot of space at the bottom that just doesn't really need to be there. And the device in total is super awkward to hold. I wouldn't want to hold this for very long. This is something Nintendo learned with the Switch Lite. The original Switch is a very convenient, nice system, but I've always found it a bit hard to hold for a long period. This one is even bigger. And I've talked to Dell, and they're really thinking about different sizes and things like that. So a lot of this is up in the air. But as a concept right now, it just seems like a really cool way for people who like PC games, maybe not the most demanding ones in the world. This could be a good solution for playing them on the go. Certainly Dell has a lot of room for improvement. The controller is a little awkward. It has everything you'd expect. It has 2 analog sticks, it has a directional pad, some face buttons, and triggers up top. I found the placement of the analog sticks to be kind of weird. I wanted the one on the right to maybe be a little lower. The triggers themselves feel really weird because they function, you kind of have to press them in deeply. It just felt like when I was playing World War Z, it felt like I almost had to like press into the controller in a way that felt very awkward and not like I'm used to on the Xbox or PlayStation 4. I definitely wouldn't want to play a game using this controller for very long. And I'd liken it maybe to like the Steam controller, which is another thing that takes a bit of getting used to, but I've been able to play games far better with that. So this is all very much a concept. It's probably something Dell may not even release if it doesn't really see a need for it, but it's a cool experiment. And I'm certainly hoping we'll see more PC manufacturers look at the PC form factor, kind of take it in different ways. You know, HP did a really cool thing with the compact desktop that we reviewed a couple years ago, where that is something you can plug into a backpack and play for VR. But it's also a desktop system, and it can be docked to your TV. So we are seeing this really interesting hybrid of PC hardware getting to your TV, allowing you to play games more easily. This concept will definitely need more work, and if Dell ever ends up selling it, it'll probably have to come in pretty cheap too, because look at the Switch Lite, look at the Switch, look at how much that system can do at pretty low price points. I can't imagine Dell could sell this for more than $300. Even PC enthusiasts, I don't think would be super interested in that. Stay tuned to Engadget.com for more news from CES 2020.
Dell is starting 2020 with a bang. And at CES this year, the company is showing off for the first time some prototype devices that won't necessarily hit the market very soon, but is an indicator of what the company is working on. Dell's never really been the type of company to show off a prototype device before it's ready for launch, but with all of the hype and the interest around dual screen devices and folding screens, it's clear that Dell wants to be a part of the game. We got to check out 2 of such concept devices here at Dell's pre-CES briefing event. The first is the Duet, which is a dual screen device connected by a hinge, while the other is the Ori, or like origami, which means folding, and this is therefore a device with a foldable screen. And just so we're super clear, there's no real launch date, no availability for any of these things yet. These are really just proof of concept, proof that Dell can engineer such devices. Because of that, there's not a lot of actual specs that we know, but let's start with the Duet. These are 2 13.3-inch screens connected by a hinge. And according to Dell, the technology is pretty much already there to make such a device happen. Dual screen laptops aren't that technologically challenging compared to folding screen devices. And what Dell needs to figure out here is how the software would work and what sort of battery life they can get out of it, as well as what accessories they want to make work with this thing. Neither the Duet nor the Ori run any sort of official Windows 10X software just yet, so Dell's actually had it set up to run some demos that the company itself had come up with. Now, when we talked to Dell executives on site, they explained that showcasing these devices is sort of an exercise in figuring out what software would be required, and then when Windows 10X does roll out, the company will see what gaps might be missing and decide if their own software engineers need to come up with any of the applications they believe consumers would want. The Duet's hinge can rotate 360 degrees, so you can fan it out and spin it and open it so that you're using it in tent mode or laptop mode or as a double-sided tablet. When I was playing with it ever so briefly, the whole device felt very sturdy. It's clear that Dell put some thought into this. It's not just something that feels 3D printed. We were also able to run some apps on both the screens concurrently and use 3 fingers to flick a window up to the top screen or 4 fingers to extend an app across both displays. There's also a keyboard accessory that allows you to put a real physical keyboard on the bottom screen so that you get a more natural typing experience when you're banging out a document on the go. There's not much else that we really can say about the Duet. There is like 2 USB-C ports on there, but a final product might have a different array. We can't tell you what sort of battery life we're expecting to get out of such a display-heavy device. So I would say stay tuned for Dell's announcements the rest of the year. But let's move on to the Ori, which to me is the slightly more interesting device. This is by no means the first folding screen laptop or laptop-like device we've seen. Lenovo already showed us a prototype last year with the ThinkPad folding concept device. Dell has a very similar take on this. This is a panel that folds in on itself, and so it has all of the necessary engineering required to make this happen, like a durable hinge that works with the screen so that it's not breaking things. As with most devices with folding screens, whether it's a laptop or a phone, there's also a noticeable crease running down the middle of the panel, and what Dell's doing with the Ori is trying to see just how much crease is acceptable. On this particular unit, it was a 13.4-inch POLED or plastic OLED display, and everything really looked gorgeous on there. I actually didn't find the crease all that glaring until I really looked for it, so I think Dell's onto something here. Of course, we've learned from the Galaxy Fold and other folding phones that such devices are so prone to damage, and Dell's aware of that, telling us that it is looking at how to make these devices more durable, but the company couldn't share a lot of specifics just yet. As for the software, the story here is very much the same as the Duet. This is running a demo that Dell created, and it's not running Windows 10 X just yet. Aside from all of the stuff that I just told you, there really isn't that much more we know or can say about the Ori. It's got relatively chunky bezels, I guess, but there needs to be something for people to grip onto anyway. We're also not sure if these will be in the final product if and when such a thing comes to pass. So if these things are still such early stage devices, why is Dell doing this? The answer really is that Dell is trying to figure out and solve for the problem of foldables. It's also probably aware of Lenovo's own folding laptop and wants to tell people to wait and see. Plus, with Asus already making the ZenBook Pro Duo a thing, dual screen laptops are already kind of outdated. The big trend now is making folding screens into smaller devices that you can take around with you more easily. And that's why the Ori and folding screen laptops are very exciting to me. Too bad we really have to wait till later this year to learn more about any of them, and maybe even beyond this year. But still, I'm already very intrigued by what we're seeing as early as the first few days of 2020. There's still plenty of eye-catching products coming out of CES 2020, so make sure to stay tuned and hey, subscribe to Engadget to catch all of that as it happens.
CES hasn't even officially started yet, and I'm already kind of up to my neck in peculiar phones. There was the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite and the S10 Lite that we saw before, and now we're taking a look at this, the OnePlus Concept One, which is, for the most part, the OnePlus 7T Pro McLaren, just given a new body and a couple extra tricks. Let's take a closer look. Now this is about as odd a situation as I've been a part of so far. We're in a room with these concept phones and a guy playing a piano made out of OnePlus 6s or something. I don't know, but he's having a great time, so who am I to take that from him? I'm having a great time too because this is a really interesting device. It supposedly represents the purest expression of what OnePlus's design is all about, and in this case, that really just means you can't see the cameras. Those earlier reports were true. The OnePlus Concept One uses a very thin layer of what's called electrochromic glass, and when a current runs through these multiple layers of glass and substrates, it basically just means that this black glass opens up to allow you to take photos with the cameras that are hidden underneath it, which is decently cool. Now I know what you're probably thinking, because it's probably what I was thinking before I stepped into this room. Why does this exist? Why does a phone need to do this? I've personally never had a problem using or reviewing phones that have many, many cameras wedged into the back, but some people do. There's that weird phobia where people just don't like the way holes look in things, and there is an argument to be made that having 5 or 6, however many cameras really, stuck right back here, maybe doesn't look that great. So fine, OnePlus, you win this round, I suppose. There are some really interesting concrete benefits to an approach like this, though. For example, you can sort of use this transparency changing glass as kind of an ND filter, a neutral density filter, which kind of allows you to control the amount of light entering the phone's camera. So it's not unlike fiddling with the shutter speed, except you still get to do that too. You don't have to worry about the ISO, it just kind of changes what you're seeing, so it gives you a little bit more control. Whether or not that's something you really want out of a camera is kind of up to you. I personally didn't think I ever needed it, but it's an option, and that's kind of what OnePlus is all about. I will say though, for video people like Dan behind the camera there, they're used to cameras with variable ND. That might make or break a phone like this for you. Now, we're not exactly sure when this kind of technology will wind up in a full consumer-ready OnePlus phone. The company has said that it is moving to put this in devices you can actually buy, but this requires a lot of durability testing. We're not quite there yet. We haven't really sorted out the impact of embracing something like this on such a large scale. So it'll be a while before you actually get to play with something like the OnePlus Concept One on your own, or for that matter, be able to go out and buy one. But I'm warming up to this concept a little quicker than I thought I would. It seemed a little bit silly. It seemed like, well, hey, we've got some people, let's throw them at a problem that isn't really a problem. But the more I use this thing and the more I talk to people about it, the more it kind of seems like OnePlus has a point. Maybe not the most valuable point for everybody, but it's a point. I'm gonna keep playing with this thing, but in the meantime, thanks for watching, and be sure to keep a Lockdown Engadget for more coverage from CES 2020.
We've been big fans of MSI's thin gaming laptops, especially the GS65 that I reviewed a couple years ago. This year at CES, they're showing off the GS66, which is also thin and light, packs in the latest NVIDIA RTX graphics, but what's really cool is that they're really going for that stealth name. So this thing has an all black case. Nothing lights up. There's no logos or anything to really get in the way. So it just looks like, to most people, I think a pretty decent business ultra portable, but it's something a secret gamer could have, bring into the office and then take it home and play, or play some video games in the office and don't tell anybody. It's something that you could sneak in, have a lot of power to play all of your latest AAA games. And it's also going to be sporting the latest in display technology, so you can choose a 300 hertz panel for some really fast gaming, or a 240 hertz panel. Both of those are 1080p. Those are panels that esports gamers and people who just do a lot of competitive gaming really like, because you can crank up the frame rates on some games that aren't so demanding and just get a much smoother experience overall. So this is a laptop that kind of looks like a business ultra portable that can play the latest games. That's pretty cool. They showed off a whole bunch of laptops this year, as usual, honestly, for MSI. One that really caught my eye is the Creator 17. This is a large 17-inch studio laptop it's part of the NVIDIA Studio program. It's running also RTX graphics, but it also has some really cool display technology. So it's one of the first laptops I've seen with mini LED technology, and this basically makes LEDs function a bit like OLEDs. They offer better backlight overall, better brightness too. This thing has a 1000 nit display, so that screen just looks glorious. And I think for content creators and anybody who really needs great image quality, it's a laptop they could probably consider. This isn't going to be the only laptop with mini LED. We're seeing that on a bunch of other things this year, but it's still intriguing and another way for MSI to kind of stand out from the crowd with this laptop. And one thing MSI didn't really show off during their stage presentation is something called simulated reality. And this is a neat little experiment. It's a computer with a 3D display, it tracks your eyes, and the display actually moves with your vision. and it just really immerses you in what you're watching. So I was watching a couple 3D objects. As I turned to the left and right, I could see around them, and it also has leap motion built in, which lets you control anything on the screen with air gestures. So it looks like what I'd imagine the future of laptops to be. Like maybe you'll still have a keyboard and trackpad and everything, but if you pick up your hands, you could manipulate objects in different ways. It's a really cool experiment. It's using technology from Dimenco to make all this work. I've never seen this in a laptop before. That company says they've had a couple of test units before, but nothing is shipping yet. And it's unclear if MSI is going to do anything with this, but this is one of those things that looks like it could be the next step of laptops. You wouldn't always want a 3D screen on, but maybe if you're working in 3D modeling and you really want to get a good sense of what your product looks like, it would be nice to just peer around it and have a display that could support that. Stay tuned to Engadget.com for more cool gear from CES 2020. Asus is no stranger to cramming in a ton of power into tight PC cases, and it's doing just that with the new Zephyrus G14 that's debuting at CES today. This is basically an evolution of the ultra-thin Zephyrus line Asus has been doing for years now. But what's really interesting here is that Asus is combining a Ryzen 7 8-core CPU along with NVIDIA's RTX graphics, going all the way up to the RTX 2060. So this looks and feels like a nice thin Zephyrus like we've been seeing from Asus, but there's just a lot much going on under the hood. And one really useful feature is the Anime Matrix display that's on the back. And this is a combination of just over 1,200 LEDs that you can design any way you'd like. So you can throw in an animated GIF, a logo, pretty much anything you'd like. It can display notifications as well. But it's a really cool way to show off something else from your laptop away from your normal screen. We didn't really get much of a chance to play with it. I couldn't really run any games, but it looks and feels great. And I have a lot of faith in Asus's Zephyrus line. It's been really impressive since it debuted a couple of years ago. What's really interesting is they were able to fit in that Ryzen 7 CPU into a case that typically would only fit a 35-watt chip. So what Asus did is that they downclocked that Ryzen. It's kind of a custom design for them. So it still has 8 cores. It's a bit slower than the standard 45-watt Ryzen 7, but it'll still be able to handle decent performance, just at slower clock speed than normal. And along with the Zephyrus G14, there's the new G15, which obviously has a bigger screen. And there's a big difference between these two. First of all, the G14 is lighter. It's 3.5 pounds, whereas the G15 is 4.6 pounds. And they also have very different screens. The G14 has a 120 Hz IPS display. The G15 has a 240 Hz display, which is even better for really fast-paced gaming. Both of these machines support USB-C charging for basic productivity work, but if you're going to use the GPU, you're going to have to use the larger included power adapter. You can also stuff in up to 32 gigabytes of RAM and a terabyte worth of SSD storage, making them pretty flexible as both productivity machines, something you can actually do a bit of work with, and something you'll actually want to game with a lot. So clearly the G14 looks like a really interesting, thin gaming laptop. And I think we're going to see a lot of PC manufacturers this year, especially people making gaming PCs, doing things that'll really differentiate themselves from the competitions. So this rear LED cover, it might seem a bit gimmicky, but I can imagine lots of gamers, and especially younger folks, would want to use that as a way to really stand out when they're at a gaming convention or something. We don't know how much the Zephyrus G14 or G15 are going to cost yet, and we don't have availability either, but hopefully we'll hear back soon. Stay tuned to Engadget.com for more news from CES 2020.
This little guy is Lovot, a robot that acts as kind of a replacement pet, just loving you, cuddling with you, interacting with you, and asking to be picked up. It even coos, and it has eyes, facial expressions. It's really cute, and it's actually warm. Lovot uses machine learning to learn your behaviors and respond how you want to be interacted with. If you are friendly and want to pick it up a lot, it'll ask to be picked up a lot. And if you're more of a hands-off kind of person, it'll know to keep its distance. We saw Lovot last year at CES, but that wasn't the final version. This is the final product, and it's already available in Japan. Some new features this year include the ability for the Lovots to interact with each other. So when they see each other rolling around, they'll respond, they'll play, they'll dance. It's very cute. And also the charging station is new. With the final version, it comes with a charging station that the Lovot can return to whenever it needs to charge, just kind of like a Roomba. So Lovot is designed to keep people company. This is for people who can't have a pet in their apartment or maybe are allergic and just want a friendly face to welcome them when they come home. One of the improvements for the consumer version of Lovot is the app. So the app allows you to track your Lovot, interact with it, change its appearance. You can change its eyes. And you can actually watch what it's been doing when it wakes up. You can see a calendar of its whole life and how it's been playing with you and interacting around your house. The app also shows you a 3D map of your house. It's a vague outline, and it'll show you where the Lovot is, even if you're on the road. So for now, there's no word on when or if this is even going to come to the US, but Groovex is looking for investors now. That's why they're at CES. I agree. It would be very nice if you came to the US, yes. But that's it from the cutest robot at CES 2020. Follow Engadget.com for all the latest tech news.
I'm going to tell you a bit about myself. I am an insanely high-strung person. I also consume way too much caffeine. And also, CES is incredibly stressful. This is a crazy stressful job, and this is the most stressful time of year for a tech journalist. So when it came time to dole out assignments, the first thing I wanted to do was go check out Core. It is a device that's supposed to help you meditate, and it is launching tomorrow for $169. This was basically my one opportunity to get a few minutes of silence at the biggest tech show of the year. Physically, the device is pretty simple, but really quite attractive. The base is rosewood, the top is a clean white plastic, and on the top of that is ECG sensors. Now, you might think that the physical design and appearance isn't that important, but the company wants you to feel comfortable leaving it out on your desk or your nightstand as a constant reminder that you should take some time to take care of your mental health and wellness. While some apps might resort to nagging push notifications, and the company does say that there will be notifications coming at some point, they think a more effective way of getting you to meditate and build that habit is to just be there as a constant background reminder, as opposed to rely on notifications that we've all been trained to dismiss, like so many PR pitches in the lead up to CES. Of course, it is not just a physical device. There is a companion app as well. And there is a free version of the app that you can use along with the device, but there is a subscription if you want to get a little bit deeper. That is $10 a month, or if you buy it annually, it is just $5 a month. Inside the app, you'll find guided meditations, breathing exercises, and simple soundscapes to help you focus on your meditation. The device, as you hold it, when it launches into one of these things, vibrates slowly and in sync with the actual course or class that you're taking. As I sat there and I held it and took 3 minutes of time to try and focus on myself and my breathing, it vibrated stronger as it said to take a deep breath in, and then paused momentarily and vibrated strongly to let me know to breathe out. And it shook very slightly the entire time you hold it, giving you something to focus on. If you've ever taken a meditation course before, they'll often tell you to focus on the feeling of your breath in your chest. This is just another way to get you to focus your attention on something. Now, at the end of one of these meditation sessions, you're going to get a whole host of data handed over to you. The app is certainly taking cues from the Fitbits of the world and our insane need to quantify absolutely everything in our lives. So you'll see a rating for your focus, for your calm, and all of this is based on the data that the ECG collects. But you'll also see more raw information like your heart rate over time and your heart rate variability, which gives you a pretty good idea of how stressed you are, and you're probably seeing that data on screen right now, which tells you I am super stressed. Of course, Core is just the latest device in an increasingly crowded market of apps and gadgets that are focused on wellness and mental health. And it's going to have a pretty big challenge ahead of it going against established players like Headspace. But anything that's going to encourage people to take about 5 minutes, breathe, and tune out the chaos of the world is pretty much a winner in my book. For more of the latest tech news and everything from CES that you need to know about, check out Engadget.com and, of course, hit that subscribe button.
Hi, I'm Richard Lawler from Engadget, coming to you from Samsung's First Look event at CES 2020. The big reveal today is Samsung's Q950 8K TV. It's a massive screen, and the Infinity design gives it a 99% screen-to-frame ratio. On 3 sides, there's no bezel at all, so the screen seems to go on forever. If you look around the back of the TV, you'll find several speakers that it can use to simulate surround sound, and with the AI processor inside, it can track objects in the video that you're watching and create a surround sound effect, even if the audio is just in stereo. Samsung's 8K TV looked incredible. It's the kind of thing that you would love to have in your living room, assuming you could fit it. I just don't know if anyone will be able to get it in their budget. Compared to something like LG, where they're focusing not only on their 8K TVs, but also upgrading the quality of their 4K. Right now, Samsung is really talking about 8K, 8K, 8K. It's clear where the future is and where they're going with it. The other technology that they showed off is really all about that AI processor. It can upscale video to 8K. It can run Samsung's Health app that ties in with your cell phone to bring workouts straight to the big screen. Samsung's AI processor can also help out streaming 8K. The video uses so much bandwidth that your internet connection probably can't handle it. But their solution is to compress the video down to a lower resolution, stream it to you, then have the AI processor upscale it back to 8K. They said today that they're working with Amazon Prime, and they'll start off using standard definition video that they'll upgrade to 4K. We'll see how well that works once the TVs are available. Once you've got all that data on your TV, privacy is a big deal too. And now they have a new Privacy Choices app that keeps track of everything your smart TV knows about you and lets you know who it's sharing it with. There's also a new digital butler. It connects to other devices in your smart home, like your security cameras, thermostats, anything like that, and controls them all directly from the TV. It can even tie in with older devices that don't have internet connections because it has an IR blaster. So your old TV, your old DVD player, they're still ready to run with the digital butler. Samsung and LG have been dueling it out over 8K. LG says that its TVs do real 8K, which means they have the ability to discern between adjacent pixels. Samsung, for its credit, says that its 8K TVs meet all the standards established by any of the various agencies. Who will win? We'll see once the TVs are actually available and we can test them side by side to see what the quality is like. Right now, Samsung is betting on its power with AI processors, while LG is focusing on its capabilities with both OLED TVs and LEDs, like the nano LED technology that it uses. Samsung also showed off Tap View, where you'll be able to take your phone, just touch it to the screen, and transfer a video that you were watching maybe on your way home straight to the big screen once you walk in. It also has a new multi-view feature with picture-in-picture multitasking that can split up the screen in up to 14 different ways. If you need to split the screen down the middle, if you just need a little box in the corner, whatever you want, it can do it. Another TV that Samsung showed off today is the Sero. It's already been on sale in South Korea since last year, and it rotates 90 degrees so that you can watch vertical videos just like on your cell phone, except on the big screen. In 2020, Samsung will bring this TV to several other markets around the world. It just didn't say which ones yet. Samsung also showed off a new version of its The Wall TV. That's a modular screen that uses micro LED panels that you can put together for almost any size. You can use it to build, say, a 70-inch screen that goes flat against the wall. It's a very thin, very high-res screen, and you can also put together a ton of the panels to make a screen that could take up really the size of a building. It's amazing, it's incredible, and it will never be in your house. The TVs that Samsung showed off today are probably not the ones you're going to be buying this year. They're a little bit more aspirational for most of us. But we will see smaller and cheaper TVs that can fit into our homes with a lot of these features this year. And maybe in the future, you'll be able to go ahead and get that 8K TV of your dreams. Stay tuned to Engadget for more news from CES 2020.
This is the TCL 10 Pro, and I know barely anything about it. And that's not because I'm an idiot, although that is true sometimes. It's because that's not what TCL is trying to do here at CES. They have three phones, the 10 Pro, the 10 5G, and the 10L, and the hardware kind of doesn't matter. The thing you should really take away from this is that TCL has three phones, all of which are coming to the United States, all of which will be sold for under $500. And if you know anything about TCL and its Alcatel sub-brand, you know that it does have really strong relationships with US carriers, which could give it a serious leg up compared to, well, basically every other company that's ever tried to break into the US smartphone game. I mention all of this mostly because I've played around with these phones a bit, and from what I've been able to determine, they are in fact quite nice. But more than that, I think it's important to remember that there's a very strong likelihood that within the next couple months, you're going to see these things everywhere. All right, so I lied a little bit. I do know a bit about these phones. They all appear to have roughly 6.5-inch displays. The TCL 10 Pro does have a curved display. I believe it's an AMOLED, and looks quite sharp, so it's at least in the 1080p ballpark. Does appear to be running Android 10, although that's not quite final, so we'll have to wait and see. But a lot of the things about these phones aren't final. They have 4 cameras around back, which presumably include the standard wide, ultra wide, and telephoto cameras, although I've only been able to see a few of them, and even then I don't think I was supposed to. That is not a bad list of specs for a first phone in a new market like this. So for TCL to walk into the US and say, well, hey, you can have this really nicely spec'd out phone with solid cameras apparently, and what appears to be a pretty clean build of Android, and performance that, at least in my super limited time with these devices, appears to be on the upper end of acceptable. That's a pretty strong argument to maybe buy one of these phones over a Motorola or a ZTE in the first place. But chew on this possibility. Imagine walking into a carrier store and seeing one of these and being told, well, hey, if you spend $500 or so on a TCL phone, we'll also give you an Alcatel tablet and maybe also a TCL TV. That is the strength that TCL brings to this situation. They have their hands in so many different little pockets that they could use the power of its brand right now to really incentivize you buying one of their phones that you've never heard of. But they're not all gonna look like this either. TCL famously said last year that it was working on foldable phones and it'll probably be under $1,000, which is kind of the sweet spot. Remember, the Galaxy Fold, just about $2,000. The Motorola Razr, when it does launch at some point this month, will go for about $1,500. They did show off a new concept here at CES, which is basically just a more polished version of the concept we saw last year. It's basically a foldable tablet with a 7.inch screen. When you fold it in half, there's no screen visible. It's just a beautiful sort of jewel finish on both sides. You crack it open and you've got a tablet, which is actually quite nice. But that's not gospel. That isn't necessarily what their first foldable will be. We know for a fact that they're actually quite fond of the clamshell design of the Razr, so it's very possible that might be TCL's first. While it was easy enough to sleep on TCL phones, you probably won't be able to for that much longer. In the past, it's been easy enough to overlook TCL TVs until you just couldn't anymore. They were too good for too reasonable amount of money. And I think we're fast approaching the point where the same could be said of a TCL smartphone. And if all goes according to TCL's plans, that'll probably start happening in around Q2 of this year, so about March onward. We'll have to wait and see, but for now, thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for more CES 2020 coverage here on Engadget.
If you were intrigued by Asus's ZenBook Pro Duo, that dual screen, huge laptop that seemed really innovative, but you wanted something a little smaller, Asus finally has an answer for you. This is the ZenBook Duo. It's a 14-inch laptop. It also has that second screen, but now the second screen is slightly smaller. It's around 12 inches rather than 14. But the big difference is that this entire machine is just a lot more compact. So the ZenBook Pro Duo weighed around 5.5 pounds, which just made it really hard to recommend in this era of like 4-pound ultra portables. This machine weighs 3.3 pounds, which makes it a lot more competitive with a lot of ultra portables out there. It's only slightly heavier than the MacBook Pro 13-inch, and it just makes it more feasible as something people would actually want to buy. Now, functionally, it works a lot like the ZenBook Pro Duo, where you can use the second screen to house other windows. You can blow up another major window on it. Basically, it's all about multitasking and being able to spread out your workflow across different machines. But the big difference now is that it's just a lot easier to carry around. The ZenBook Duo also includes the latest Intel 10th generation processors. It has Windows Hello IR cameras for fast face authentication. The screen is also Pantone validated, so it should be calibrated for a decent amount of color accuracy. Could be a machine that's useful for creatives and artists. Having a nice long screen like this right below your main screen could be useful for video and audio editing timelines as well. And for me, I just like having extra YouTube videos. It's nice to browse Twitter while I'm doing something else on the main screen. There's so much you can do with this. It's really going to be interesting to see how far Asus can push it moving forward. Based on my brief time with the ZenBook Duo here, I've noticed that the keyboard does not feel as good as the Pro Duos did. Maybe it's just a little smaller. Also, having a keyboard way up front is just something that takes a bit of getting used to. Asus has done this on a couple of machines, and some other PC makers have too. For me, it's not as comfortable if you don't have a wrist pad or something together with it. This may come with a wrist pad like the Pro Duo did. And the trackpad is also kind of small too. We're used to big, wide trackpads these days. This one is pretty small. It's more tall than wide. And, if you're going to do a lot of mousing around, you're probably not going to use that very much. This is a machine where you'll definitely need another mouse, but I feel like for a lot of people who do creative work anyway, that's not a big change. And for being such a small machine, it's also pretty well equipped port-wise too. You've got 2 USB-A ports for your older devices. I see a single USB-C here, full-size HDMI, and there's a micro SD card slot. So it's something you could take anywhere and do a lot of work with, and you really don't have to worry about having a dongle or anything like that. It's not as powerful as the ZenBook Pro Duo. That's not too surprising. That machine had the RTX 2060 GPU, which made it pretty decent for gaming, actually. This one has a slightly slower NVIDIA GeForce MX 250, so it's not a very powerful chip. Maybe you'll play Overwatch around 60 FPS and 1080p, but you're not going to be playing AAA games with this. But I think for a consumer who wants this dual screen power and wants a machine they can carry around easily day to day, this is something I think we're going to be able to recommend a lot more easily. I haven't had too much time with this machine, so we're willing to put it through its paces. I think in terms of the way it looks and feels, it's just a lot more practical than the ZenBook Pro Duo. It's just really hard to recommend a 5.5-pound machine to anybody these days, whereas this one at 3.3 pounds with 2 screens could be a lot more interesting. Stay tuned to Engadget.com for more news from CES 2020.
Like many of us, you probably have hundreds of thousands of photos in your phone or on the cloud, never to be seen again. Well, the Lenovo SmartFrame is one way to have them come to light.
This is a digital photo frame that looks very much like a gallery-style art display. It has a 21.5-inch IPS display with anti-glare coating so that any photo or art piece that shows up has a nice matte finish. In fact, when we walked in here to the Lenovo showroom, we were almost tricked to think this was a real photo frame. The Lenovo Smart Frame has a 1920 by 1080 Full HD resolution, as well as 85-degree viewing angles. The Lenovo Smart Frame can be displayed on an easel like this, or it comes with a circular mount to mount it on your wall. The mount has a level as well as space for cable management. Or if you're really ambitious, you can even wire this into your home's wiring. The Lenovo Smart Frame has an ambient light sensor that will change the lighting and temperature of the photo or art piece depending on the surrounding environment. It also has a motion control sensor so that with the one gesture of your hand, you can scroll through different images and art. The primary way to load photos and art onto the display is with a Lenovo app. The app can be connected to any of your favorite cloud services like Google Photos, Dropbox, and so forth. With the app, you can also control how the images are displayed with a collage, for example, and in the future, they will provide a look back feature where you can do a throwback Thursday, for example, and see photos from 5 years ago. In the future, Lenovo also hopes to provide a gallery of different art pieces so that you don't have to just use it for photos, but also beautiful works of art. The Lenovo Smart Frame is also rather future-proof. It has speakers on the back in case you want to feature videos, for example, and there's a microphone array on the front in the event that it partners up with Google or Amazon in the future. The Lenovo Smart Frame will retail later this year for around $399 for not just the display, but also a metallic finish frame. If you want additional frames like this wood one right here, that's around $39.99 each. The mounting hardware will also let you rotate the Lenovo Smart Frame either in portrait mode or to landscape mode. It's definitely impressive to see how realistic and lifelike this Lenovo Smart Frame. It looks exactly like any art frame in any gallery. And I think it will be pretty popular for those who want to add a digital photo frame into their homes. For more coverage of CES 2020, please go to Engadget.com.
I've been using this laptop for just a few minutes now, and I'm sure you've probably already figured out this isn't your typical notebook. It has a 10-inch e-ink display right on the back, or the front, depending on how you look at it, that's meant to help you get a little bit more done. So instead of having to open up your computer or whip out your phone, you can interface directly with the back of your laptop screen and talk to Alexa or check your calendar. But how well does this actually work? Well, let's take a closer look. I should point out right up front, there are a few things about this laptop that just aren't final yet. The software that drives this front display, not quite there. We're also not entirely sure of the price, although Lenovo says they're targeting somewhere around $1,200 to $1,300 when it launches the ThinkBook Plus this spring. And yeah, $1,300 for a machine as delightfully strange as this actually doesn't seem like that bad a deal. There's a pretty good chance that if you were looking for a decently spec'd laptop, you'd want to spend that much money anyway. This additional screen just gives you a little bit extra that might or might not fit into your life. On a very fundamental level, you're looking at a pretty solid series of specs. You can get up to a 10th generation Intel Core i7 chipset, either 8 or 16 gigs of RAM, either a 256 or a 512 gigabyte SSD. There is also a 13.3-inch display here with an anti-glare coating. This runs at Full HD, and while it's maybe not the sharpest display we've seen at CES 2020, it's perfectly fine for the price. I certainly don't mind it, but it's not the screen that you're going to find most interesting. It's really this thing, this monochrome e-ink display out front that is really designed to help you get a little bit more done without having to fire up anything else. And I have to tell you, the experience, it's pretty weird. Yes, you can use it to jot down notes and have them automatically saved into OneNote, and I have to say the sensitivity and the accuracy of using this stylus on this e-ink display, actually pretty great. I could see myself doing this on a pretty consistent basis. Other things don't make quite as much sense. You can, for example, use the Kindle app on this external display, which would be great if Lenovo had sort of tweaked it to sort of run more like a Kindle. You can't just tap the edge of the page for the page to change. It's basically just running the full Windows Kindle app landscape on this display, which feels a little inelegant. That's the kind of thing that could theoretically be fixed in software, so it's maybe not a huge drawback, but it is one of those weird little facets that make you really wonder if something like this is worth it for you. There is also, I should point out, Alexa support built in. There are a handful of far-field microphones that can pick up voices within about 4 meters, and you can talk to Alexa and have this more or less function like a traditional Amazon Smart Display. For better or worse, the experience we've seen so far on this doesn't seem to be quite done. There's no audio feedback when you talk to Alexa, so you'll get, for example, the weather window pop up when you ask for it, but you don't actually hear it say anything. As much as I like the sheer oddness that has gone into crafting a machine like this, it's not always the easiest thing to use. I, for example, have just opened up the Alexa app on this external screen, and I don't know how to get back to the main screen where all my stuff is. It's not quite as elegant or as obvious as it should be. But again, that's partially due to the fact that this isn't completely done yet, and this is the kind of thing that could be fixed over time. Now, a couple more things I should point out about this display. You can very quickly open your calendars and see what you have coming up next, which is genuinely helpful. And when you have it open in front of somebody at a coffee shop while you're working on the main keyboard and display, this touch panel is not active. So no one can reach across the table and figure out where you're going to be next, which is great because I've been watching you and I don't want anyone to know anything about me ever. So ultimately, is this the right laptop for you? Well, it's too early to say for now. We are at least a couple months off from this thing's launch, but I will say that I appreciate Lenovo just kind of throwing caution to the wind and saying, you know what, let's do something weird. This kind of builds off of what we did with the Yoga Book, and maybe it'll work for you and maybe it doesn't, but at the end of the day, it is just the kind of weird I like to see at CES because it shows that these companies are willing to push envelopes and maybe at some point down the road give us experiences we didn't even know we wanted. In any case, thank you for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for more of our coverage from CES 2020 here on Engadget.
We used to think of concept cars as these super vehicles that could go around corners and go super fast, and if any of us got behind the wheel, we'd probably die. Well, the world's changed, and more people are living in cities, and that's why Audi has this new concept car, the A-Me. It's a vehicle for driving around a super city that takes care of your commute, it's level 4, and it has VR. Of course, it's always fun to ride around in a concept vehicle, and there's a lot of tech in this car. There's VR, there's eye tracking, it's level 4. How much of that shows up in an actual Audi in the future? Well, we're not sure yet, but hopefully we'll see more of this tech in Audis in years to come. One of the issues with autonomous vehicles is that when we drive, we don't realize that we're making eye contact with pedestrians, with motorcyclists, with bicyclists. With this vehicle, actually, it'll tell you its intentions, not just with the lights that are here, which we saw on the icon, but also lights that are on the shoulders, both in the front and the back. So it'll share its intentions with the rest of the people you're sharing the road with. In the interior, Audi decided to go for a more lounge look, more of a homey feel as opposed to a vehicle feel. And when you get in it, it just feels like you're sitting in a nice living room. While you're in the car, the steering wheel will retract and it gives you a little desk, which is nice for, doing some work. But you can also put on these VR headsets. And while I was in the car riding around, it was actually pretty interesting. Last year, Audi showed off this game where you were flying around, you were shooting things. This year, I got to fly in a helicopter over these beautiful Chinese landscapes. And it was actually very relaxing. They played some music. It was all, well, nice. In the hustle and bustle of CES, it's kind of nice to sit in a car, put a computer on your face, and look at the world. What's interesting is that the infotainment system actually uses eye tracking. While I was in the vehicle, I was able to select a meal, which I selected a snack, which was a donut, just with my eyes. You just sort of stare at one of the 3 choices you have, and then, well, you get yourself a donut when you finish with the drive. What I do like are these doors because it sort of opens up so everyone can get in and out. You've seen them on a lot of trucks. It's nice here. In reality, especially if you're going into an urban environment, they're probably going to be opening too wide, but you know, it's a concept car. Let's have some fun. Because this car is built for a dense urban environment, it is small. It's essentially a hot hatch, except instead of all that, you know, hotness being powerful engine and fast suspension, the hotness is the technology and the ability to sort of escape while you're in the worst driving environment, which is commuting. For more car coverage from CES, be sure to subscribe to Engadget.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to TCL's 2020 CES Press Day event.
We plan to grow our appliance business on the reliability and simplicity that those users demand. I'm also very excited about the headphone business. In 2020, we will focus our attention on what we consider the mega trends of the headphone industry. Things like true wireless, active noise canceling, voice control, mobile gaming, healthier lifestyles, and environmental sustainability. In the home audio business, we're moving forward in a couple ways. First, we're introducing more advanced devices. Our Alto 9 Plus is a 3.1 channel soundbar featuring both Atmos and Raydance technology, without all the wires, the speakers, and the complexity that's required of our competitors. We partnered with our friends at Roku on their new Roku TV Ready program. This makes setup and operation of your soundbar super easy. And now, we have some really exciting news about a new category for TCL here in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the 2 new babies, TCL 10 Pro and TCL 10L. These 2 products will come to the market in around second quarter this year. So, all the TCL products, they will carry our own proprietary display technology and visual technology, which is called NextVision. NextVision, of course, does enhance the display performance. We have a dedicated chipset and the hardware, but not just that, also software. Having a great display doesn't help you a lot if you wouldn't have a good camera. So in the combination, NextVision will also have multi-camera experiences, and we work with AI technology to enhance the imaging experience as well. Now we have one more product. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud to show you our first TCL 5G device, which is called TCL 10 5G. This will carry the Qualcomm 7 series chipset, and it will allow us to bring this 5G device into more affordable segments. We will release the specs and the details around Mobile World Congress. It will be available in early Q2. And in true TCL style, what we are doing is all these products will be available below $500 retail. Of course, you know we are working a lot with foldable and flexible displays, and we have a lot of prototypes and concept phones. And of course, we're going to showcase as well here, you know, devices, and we have working displays and everything. And then we show you how we have built a hinge that you can close it completely. We can do a lot of crazy things with displays. There is moments where maybe you cannot bring your 110-inch TV when you're going on the move, right? So this is Project Archery. And what this is actually a wearable display. I have a 110-inch, you know, cinematic experience.
An exceptional smart TV should grow and adapt during its lifetime. So, together with our partners at Roku, our customers enjoy regular software updates that can deliver new services, new experiences, and even new features that can make their TV a little better each year. This automatic update will enable HDMI eARC to deliver better sound and more convenient control with compatible AV receivers or soundbars. In addition, for select 2019 TCL Roku TV 6 series screen sizes, a software update later this year will enable a powerful new feature for enhanced video gaming, variable refresh rates. Another way that TCL is improving the TVs that our customers already own is through an automatic TV calibration app for select mobile phones. It offered accurate TV calibration when used with Pixel phones. Today, we're excited to announce that the app is available for the first time through the Apple Store for compatibility with iPhones. With easy voice control, users can conveniently talk to voice assistants through third-party smart home speakers to control the TV, or control the TV directly by voice with the available advanced remote. In the year ahead, TCL will bring more easy voice assistants and smart home control directly through integrated microphones on TVs launching in select regions. We're excited to continue to deliver innovations that make it easier than ever to interact with our TVs, but we're just as excited to deliver new performance that makes TCL TVs even easier on the eyes.
Hi, my name's Taylor Kurosaki. I'm the studio narrative director at Infinity Ward. Our eyes see reality in high dynamic range. It's much of a greater range of blacks to whites than normally is captured just in video. TV that can give you a beautiful image and a responsive one at the same time is always going to be the best for players. But what's great about a variable refresh rate TV is it can natively give you the game, exactly the frame rate that the game is trying to display while you're playing it, and then it can scale back to the language of cinema to give you that filmic look that our players are used to going and seeing in the theaters.
It's for this reason that we've partnered with the experts at THX to define a new standard in big screen, high-performance TV gaming. THX is a company started by a well-known film director who, many years ago in a galaxy far, far away, wanted to use the latest tech to make sure that his audience got the best possible theater experience. So today, we're proud to announce, together with THX, a new standard in gaming performance for big screen TVs, THX Certified Game Mode. Contrast is critical. It's the foundation of a great TV image. That's why last year's launch of Mini LED backlight technology in TCL TVs was so important. TCL's innovative solution for brilliant brightness, exceptional contrast, thinner design, reliably long life performance, and efficient operation is simple. Why not take the two components of the traditional LED LCD TV and meld them together? This is the revolutionary new Vidrian Mini LED technology from TCL. But another revolution is already happening in TV image clarity. That next stage is 8K resolution. So we're proud to announce that TCL has joined with the 8K Association to develop a new 8K Association certified program. In North America, we're partnering together with Roku to launch the first 8K TCL Roku TV later this year. In other regions, the first TCL 8K TVs have already been launched, with more to come this year, including the new X915 series outside North America. And with support for the latest HDMI standards and onboard 8K decoding, those 8K TVs will be ready for new 8K game consoles and 8K streaming services coming this year.
So hey, our mission is to advance the PC experience across the entire industry. And that's why we started on a multi-year journey that we call Project Athena to drive that innovation. In less than a year, we have already verified 25 new Project Athena unique base devices that I have here on stage with me today. Now, for consumers, that means 9+ hours of battery life, but like in real working conditions, actually using the device. Or of course, more than 16 hours of continuous local video playback. It means better responsiveness and performance, right? Helping launch applications faster, less time spent when you're going in between tasks, keeping you in the flow and keeping you focused. It also means fast charging capabilities, getting 4 more hours of battery life in just 30 minutes of charging. And then absolutely no lag time. All of those devices on stage, when you open the lid, will resume from standby in less than 1 second.
So here's the Acer Swift 3. It's thin, it's light, with a screen-to-body ratio of nearly 85%. It's incredibly immersive. This is the HP Dragonfly Elite. It's also very thin, 360-degree hinge, built-in privacy screen, and also the first laptop that uses plastic recycled from the ocean as part of the construction process.
We've been working with Google now for years, from the very beginning, What I'm excited here today is to say we have extended our partnership with Google to include Project Athena for the first time, which means you're going to get all the leading security, manageability, ease of use, and nearly 3 million applications in the Google Play Store all together on exciting new Project Athena devices. So where do we go from here? Now you can expect a lot of new innovation from us going forward, but there's two areas in particular I just want to highlight today. One is connectivity and the second is form factor. In November, we announced a new partnership with MediaTek to deliver 5G